Good afternoon, boys, girls, and MBs of all shapes, sizes, colors, and orientations. Welcome to the one and only Alec Gunter stream. My name is Alec Gunter, coming at you live from bright and sunny Ohio. Beautiful day outside, but we're spending it in here. Why is my camera like that? Hold on. I was messing with a bunch of stuff beforehand because I was trying to fix the lines that happen on my camera, which, as you can see, are not fixed, which pisses me off greatly. And on top of that, I think that I'm now a little bit choppy. So that sucks. Hopefully that's not the case. If you guys could let me know, I'd appreciate it. But if I am choppy, I apologize. You will just have to deal with it for today, because I'm not fucking with it any further. I will be getting a new... I decided to try to get a new HDMI to mini HDMI. See if that helps. Why is there interlacing? Is that what it is? Hold on. OBS, how to stop interlacing. I forgot to crochet. As someone who also crochets, this makes me happy. I love crocheting. Yeah, I tried to fix some stuff before the stream, and I think I made it worse. Is that a crochet thing? No. It's a video thing. How to de-interlace a video. How to change scan type. Hold on. Is it choppy to you guys, or is it fine? Because in my feed, it's choppy. But if it looks fine to you guys, I don't give a shit what it looks like to me. I just want to know that it looks fine for you guys. Like, the interlacing is one thing. I can deal with that. But if it's choppy for you guys, that's disgusting. It looks fine to me. Okay, so, okay, good. So it looks smooth, it looks, okay. Then it's probably just my feed. It's probably just my feed then. I thought so because I was worried because I opened split cam and it looked fine on split cam. Oh shit. But then it looked fine on split cam, but then I opened OBS and it did not look fine. And so I was worried that because OBS is so much more intensive than split cam, that it was slowing down the frame rate. Audio is also good? Good. Yeah, I had audio issues too because I accidentally unplugged my microphone, and so it's so funny. It was a blessing in disguise, because while I was like getting shit set up and I was on my starting soon screen, right? I was sitting here making weird noises to myself without having the mic muted. I forgot to press the mute button. So you guys did not get to hear all of my weird noises that I was making. I was humming to myself, basically. It wasn't that weird, but I thought it was weird. Okay, I think we're fine. The interlacing, I think it might be a result. It looks fine on the Sony camera. I'm gonna get a new HDMI to mini HDMI cord and see if that helps, because I didn't have this problem always. It's just like a relatively recent thing that I just haven't bothered to fix yet, because it's not that big of a deal. In retrospect, what I could have done to make sure that the choppiness was not affecting you guys is just simply record something and then play it back, but I'm not smart, so I didn't think of that. We will be hopping on with Nyara. Is it pronounced Nyara? I've heard some people pronounce it Nyara. I guess we'll figure it out, right? Well, the people in question would be Asmongold, so I don't know why I trust that, but it did make me second guess myself. Anyway, we'll be hopping on with her in just a second. I wanted to say hi to you guys real quick. I tried to get stream started early. I'd like, you know, 12:30 or so that we could like chat for a little bit. I could show off some crochet projects. So I guess it's a good thing that I did that because now I don't have time to do that. But maybe Nyara will be interested to see what I've created. So we'll see. Maybe we'll save it for when her audience is watching as well. I am open for commissions, by the way. I just took a commission from... I just took a commission from the lovely... why am I blanking on my own mod's name? Nova. Sorry. Lady Nova. Who wants a life-sized Vulpix. Oh, you can see my computer. Sorry. All kinds of technical difficulties today. We're doing good. For those of you who might be here from Yara, this is the average Alec Gunther experience. We are professional streamers here, so thank you very much for your patience. Okay. A little lower, a little lower. Not that low. I'm such a fucking perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist in all the areas that it does not matter. How much are comms? So what I've been charging for like life-sized Pokemon plushes, which are about like, you know, yay big. Obviously, if you go bigger than this, it's going to be more expensive. But if your Pokemon plush is about this big, it will run you between like, depending on how complicated it is, obviously. If you want like a Ghastly is pretty easy. It's just like a black ball with some eyes. The Kirby hat's cute, thank you. It's just like a black ball with some eyes and like some, depending on how you want the gas done, that could be like $200. But like for Haunter, I charged $300, and then for Vulpix, I charged $350. But my moderators get a discount, so. But the original price for the Vulpix, I would have gone with $350, which I think is totally fair, because the life-sized, I just saw the life. I was wondering if I was charging too much, right? I was worried that I was charging a little bit too much, but. Nintendo just released the life-sized, very dangerously I might add, the life-sized Evolution plushes. Which is an extraordinarily dangerous idea for them to do. What the hell happened there? What happened there? Why is that a thing? Oh, you've got to be shitting my balls, dude. Hold on. Why does everything go wrong for me specifically all the time? Why is my life so hard? Hold on, do I just have to make it smaller? Yes? Okay, good. Good. There we go. Actually, I don't like that. Hold on. Hello? God damn it. Well, I'll need a second, hold on. Okay, so we need to put it over here. Okay, and then I just gotta crop from here, so crop left. Oh, we gotta go faster than that. Let's try 800, 900. We're getting there. Okay. Drop a little bit on the right. And then the top and the bottom, and then I gotta move this like yonder. Wait, no, that's wrong. Top. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. There we go. I think I need to move it up a little bit.
Insomniac Yarn Lover became a member.
Oh, sick. Thank you for becoming a member of the YouTube channel. I appreciate you. You can become a member today by going to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join, and paying me money. You can become a member for as low as $1 a month, but we have changed the early access video benefits to $5 a month because I hate you and I want to take your money. Okay, now I just move it up a teensy bit, and I think we're good. Okay, we're fixed. We're good. Okay, now that we're done, the Evolutions plushes. This is the reason I use the PNG, don't ever need to crop shit. That's pretty true. I don't know why I did that. That was so random. That was so lol hashtag random. Late epic randomness. But yeah, they're charging fucking $400 for this shit. I guarantee you it does not cost them $400 to make this. Nor does it take them that much time. So I feel like I'm justified in charging what I do. Although I am getting much faster at crocheting, so. Wait, Insomniac Yarn Lover? Hell yeah. This is the average pixel art experience for zooming your canvas just right. I've done pixel art before. I did Pokemon fusions a little bit back in the day. I haven't done any in a while though. Okay. I just told Yara I'll call in a few minutes. I want to chill for a sec. Also, I wanted to show you guys my latest project. I had a burst of inspiration, and Ice King has such a lovely shape to him. He's just missing his jewels on his crown. He needs his jewels. So once he has that, he'll be complete. I did kind of want to make the crown removable. But because I actually, if you saw the pictures, I have a curl, like it looks good without the crown. I have a curl of hair under here like he has in the show. But I decided that's a little bit too complicated. I'm not going to do that. So I just made it, I just sewed it on. But I think it looks pretty good. He's got a very lovely shape to his body, I must say, for crocheting. I'm definitely going to reuse this. When I was making this, I was like, oh, you know what? He kind of looks like Santa Claus. Make him a little Gunther buddy. I did start on one. It's just that, like, with this size yarn, for some reason, I have a problem where it drifts to the right. Like, so when I was, so with him, it doesn't matter because his body's one solid color. But the stitching shifts to the right on my work. And so when I tried to do that with, when I tried to do this kind of shape with Gunter, the penguin, I mix colors and then you see the color shift like this way, up his belly, and it looks really bad. So the way that I fixed it is, after, I'm not done with it yet, but after he was done, here, let me see if I can find him, I'll show you. I got really frustrated and pulled off my leading thread, and now I have to like fix it. But so the way that I fixed it is I just went in and like on this side it was really uneven, and so I just like what's the word, embroidered. I embroidered like the same color yarn that his belly is over the black. So I can go back after the fact and like make it and like clean it up, but it's just annoying. Like you can see like the top there is very like off to the side, so I'm gonna have to go back and embroider some black over that just to like even it out. So, could that be a tension issue? Possibly. You know what? Let's find out. We'll find out real quick. I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. I haven't worked on the shuckle very much because I've been working on commissions. Well, I tried to... Okay, so this one is actually taking a lot longer than I anticipated. This is going to be the head for... I was having the same problem with this one. It's going to be the head for... the fuck's his name? From Beastars. The wolf guy. So he got the body done. He just needs his head and then a couple of details on the body. Like I'm going to put some pinstripes on his pants and a tie. And then I just have to make a snout for the head. And I have to clean up the head also because it's drifted. Like the yarn drifted, the stitching drifted. So it just looks dirty. Not dirty, it just looks uneven and gross and I don't like it. Legoshi, there you go. Yeah, so this is going to be Legoshi. This one, in case you're wondering, I charged $50 for. I feel like that's fair for something of this size. Okay. But yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm doing wrong with the stitching because the only reason I was able to get the shirt looking this tidy is because I had to kind of cheat on the stitching. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So I cheated and then it looks good. Crochet, why do stitches drift right? Color drifting sideways in amigurumi. Yeah. This is my problem. This is the problem I'm having. If you're making a patch of color, maybe just make a separate square and sew it on. No! I tried that. Like, it looks fine on bigger projects, but like on something like this, like I feel like that would look bulky. I want it to go cleanly into the next color. I have a similar problem with knitting. Yeah, I don't know what it is. You're doing continuous rounds. There are two ways to deal with it. After each round, slip stitch into the first stitch of the round and then chain one and start the next round onto the same stitch you slip stitched into. Be careful not to skip it or you will be down a stitch. Offset your color work. This generally requires some frogging as you go in my experience, but basically you just keep a careful eye on it as you crochet each row and start your extra color 1 or 2 stitches sooner. Sometimes mine fixes from a bit of tugging / stretching and ends up fine when I stuff it. I don't accept this. I need to figure out here. I don't trust the AI thing, but this is the picture that I am looking for. Normal, extra tight. Changing hook size. This is not what I need. This is why I don't like AI. How to keep stitches from slanting. 43 minutes?
Your stitches start slanting a little bit.
Traditional yarn over both loops in the round. Yarn over front loop only in the round.
I've gotten this to this point where my stitches are standing straight up, stacked on top of each other. I went into the front loop only.
Does that work?
Way around. So only my back loop.
Could literally be tension? Am I pulling it too tight? Maybe I'm pulling it too tight. That could totally be it. That's why I switched to a smaller hook, because I felt like I was pulling too tight, but I guess that didn't fix the... Like, I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I have to call Nyara. Do you guys want the music still on while we're talking? You know what? You're trans. This is Sonic Adventure 2 music. I think this is fine. This fits. Trans people love Sonic.
Hello? Wait. How do you want to do this?
What's that?
How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we can start with just. I can ask how you are.
No, I mean, like, do you want to, like, video call?
Oh.
Should I share my...
We can try. I need to update. I need to download more RAM. So like, I'm not sure how well it will work, but we can try and we can see if it works.
Do you have a Fugi tag? You know what that is?
A Fugi tech? No.
Yeah, it's like a reactive little thing that pops up when you are in a Discord call.
Reactive
wait,
little
wait,
thing that pops up when you're in a. Oh, wait. It, like.
Yeah. It's like a little
telling...
image when you like speak.
Yeah, like showing who's
the...
talking.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I have that.
Wait. Let me see if this works. Oh, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? I'm like small in the corner now because
Hold on, what did you say it was called? Fugi Tech?
Yeah, I sent you the link.
Oh, okay, I see. Reactive.fugitech. Log in with Discord.
Let me pop this out. I just wait, do this. Wait.
Okay. Holy, how does this work?
You have to log in with your Discord.
I did, yeah. Bounce effect, no.
And then
oh, I see what this is. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a small little image.
Got it. Okay.
And then you can like put it to your processors. We're going to turn you into a PNG tuber now.
Got it. Okay. So wait, where's the link? How do I like copy and paste this into my OBS?
So if you go to Fugi, wait, actually, you can drag it straight as like a processors in there. For example, when you are like on mine, you can just drag and drop me into the OBSs.
That's you.
Yeah. It's me.
Where do we put you?
Again, I can just take your Discord profile image if you don't have anything other than that.
Here, I actually do have something.
Oh, okay, let's go.
I've been needing to use this for something. I paid for a commission a while back for a potential One Piece channel, and I just never used it or started the channel. But it's a really cool picture, and I would like to use it. Hold on. I'm finding it.
You can just drag and drop me. It's like unhinged Nyara was back for a sec.
There you are.
I've been tamed. I've been very normal. Are you streaming on Twitch as well?
Yes, I'm on Twitch and YouTube. Here, you can
Is
use
it
that.
Eleganta TTV? Perfect. Actually perfect reactive GIF. Yeah.
Isn't that boss?
That's pretty good.
I love it. That is by here, we'll do a little shill for
Why would you collab with this degenerate? He doesn't even have the Robotnik mustache anymore. Kek.
Excuse you, Saki Tanuki. Sorry, Saki Tanuki's insulting me. He said why would you he's asking you why you would collab with me. Because I don't even have the Robotnik mustache anymore. Okay, hold on. What was I doing?
Can't be nice.
I was in the middle of something and then I was distracted because somebody gave me money. What was I literally just in the middle of doing? I don't even remember. I was about to do something.
You were trying to like shield someone.
That's right. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. My associate. I don't know. We don't hang out or nothing, but I always hesitate to. You know what? She's my friend. She's a good friend. What's her name? She's a good friend of mine, and I don't remember her name. Twisty. She's an artist on Twitter. Let me see if I can find her real quick. Where are you?
I'm just going to show you a stream for a second.
Okay. I have her on Discord. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not starting off the best. Twisty the Bunny Bun. Okay, let me link her Twitter to you real quick.
You haven't said your best friend's name in 5 years?
I didn't say best friend. Oh, yeah, sorry, you're talking to your chat.
Yeah. But chat is talking about you, so you know how it is.
Are they saying nice things?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I would cry.
Thank you. Do I sound whiny?
Do you sound whiny?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
How do we... I don't know how to do this. Like the collab thingy. I like 100% smells of elderberries. What does that mean?
That's funny you say that. We actually have elderberry trees in our backyard. They're in the process of cutting them down right now. And my wife is not happy about it.
My chat started nya time. That means I have to end every sentence with nya and meow a bunch. So you're welcome. Yep.
I can't find her socials. I can't find her socials right now. I feel bad.
That's okay. You can send it to me
fine.
earlier.
Yeah,
Later.
We'll move on.
You still gotta like replace the PNG thingy.
I gotta do it on right. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta do that on. I mean, I can replace it for you too. I can override it actually. But I think it would be easier if you do it.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
So, do you see
I saw
in
a comment
the
today
top
saying
right,
the White
there's, like,
House is
something
finally
called
releasing
models?
illegal alien versus child predator.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So pictures.
If I were a hat guy, I'd get that hat. It's a pretty nice hat.
Thank you.
I could also benefit from this Nyan time. Him meowing would be great. Can you meow?
Can I meow?
Yeah.
I can, I guess. Meow. Meow, I'm a cat.
Perfect.
Thank you. I'm trying to get into voice acting. Thank you.
Yeah. You're doing great.
Okay.
Actually, perfect.
Cool. My cat was being real chirpy last night. I don't know what was up with her. She was off a perk or something. All right. I think we're
What's
set
your
up,
cat's
right?
name?
So my cat's name is Winry, which her original name was Henrietta. I didn't like that, so I started calling her Henry. She was an adopted cat, so like she had been named. She was a rescue cat. She had been named Henrietta, and then I started calling her Henry, and I'm like, I don't like Henry, and then I was like, I think we were rewatching Full Metal Alchemist, me and Katie were, and I was like, oh, Winry's a nice name, so I just called her Winry. So that's her name.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I think you gotta like
close.
select the Digitech group thingy.
Select the what?
The group, because like you probably like adjusted the models, but you didn't like activate it.
Oh.
Because it didn't activate for me yet, I think. There we go.
Okay,
Oh,
there we go.
It's perfect.
Cool. Good me. I'm
There
not
we
that
go.
muscular anymore. I used to be that muscular, and now I'm not.
Can you put you right next to my booba? There you go. Perfect.
Right next to your boobs?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll chill there. That's fine.
Welcome to collabing with a VTuber.
Indeed. I've already
It
done it with
feels very
Cirrus.
transcoded. Oh, you collab with the Cirrus?
Yeah,
That's
just
nice.
once. We're actually collabing again on Monday. I haven't made that announcement yet. Or on Tuesday. I haven't made that announcement yet, but... The big event.
Get the
We
One
love
Piece
Cirrus.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was for my One Piece channel and that I never started. It's really good.
Even boobs.
Anyway, I think we've spent enough time troubleshooting and getting things set up. So,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm
Good.
just hanging out and being totally normal.
Same here. I love being normal. It's my favorite pastime. That and crocheting.
I haven't talked about children that much
Did
yet,
only
so
just
I gotta
notice
like
that
make up
Nyara
for
has
it.
heterochromocytoma.
So Asmongold has more content, you know.
You gotta make up
Can
for
be
what?
like, look, that's crazy. I have to make up for not talking enough about children today.
Oh yeah, true. We need to talk about children. Good
Yeah.
point. I have two donos I need to look at. They said, I saw a comment today saying the White House is finally releasing Illegal Alien versus Child Predator. That's awesome. And then they said, did only just notice that Nyara has heterochromia. Heterochromocytoma? Heterochromocytoma. Isn't it just heterochromia?
I have heterophobia actually.
Heterophobia?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a beautiful fox with heterophobia.
Heterochromia and heterophobia. Nice. It's the winning
Yeah.
combo. Thank you very much, Saga Tanuki. Appreciate you always. Yes, indeed, trans children are valid. I think that's as natural a segue as we're gonna get. You want to start talking about this Asmongold shit that's going on?
Yeah, I mean, like I already talked about it a little bit on stream to just like go over the things because we were talking about gender roles and stuff like that, and we were looking at my crazy obsession with children that I have on Twitter.
Indeed.
Um,
So why are you so obsessed with children? What's going on with that?
That's-
Why do you not want children to die? Isn't that weird, guys?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that like I want you know, I'm like this weird freak VTuber who actually wants trans kids to not have gender dysphoria made worse because you know, benefits for mental health and stuff. It's kind of crazy how hyper fixated I am when it comes to acknowledging the existence of trans kids and wanting their lives to improve.
I always like to imagine it like a child is dangling from a cliff, you know, and like you reach out a hand to try to grab them, and I want somebody to make a comic of this. Some dude, like you're reaching out the hand, and then like there's a hand on your shoulder, and you turn around and there's this freak standing behind you. this disgusting freak who's like, leave the children alone. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? This child needs help. I'm not leaving the child alone. Like, that's insane that you would say that. So there's a comic idea if you want to get 1,000 updates on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, it might go really wild on Reddit.
Yeah, that's Reddit front page material. That's Reddit gold material.
Yeah. I wish I could draw.
Yeah, same here. I crochet instead. Which is fun. I was, it's funny, I was thinking about it and I'm like, I saw on my Twitter feed, somebody just like started their stream. This is such a non sequitur, but somebody started their stream and they just randomly had an image of like an elephant made out of strawberries. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I have to crochet you. A strawberry elephant. Anyway, sorry. But back to what we were talking about. So Asmongold.
Asmongold.
Yeah. So how did this? I guess like I kind of know how it started. You and some other. I know that you had some shit going on with Rev, but that was like later on, right? Like you try. I guess you like called.
No. It actually started with it. Yeah. It actually started with Rev.
Oh, it did start with Rev.
Yeah. Like the tweets that you saw was actually the second time he came after me. The first time I just didn't engage with it because like I was in the hospital with like bottom surgery and I like woke up to it and was like, I can't deal with this. This is like making me panic. I actually reached out to like a bunch of creators and was like, how do I handle this?
Handle specifically the drama going on?
So the thing is like his first tweet, I don't know if I can find this, but I made a tweet about like how everything started. But he came after me and another trans creator. I can try and find the thingy. Just gotta look for Rev and show my obsession. I'm going to send you this tweet real quick.
Okay. I think claiming that I've launched a massive cancel campaign against Kirsch when in reality Rev wanted VTubers to cancel me twice and Kirsch boosting it is incredibly disingenuous. All I did was hold creators accountable for pushing transphobic talking points. Then we got some screen caps here. Rev says, Desu is saying, this VTuber has repeatedly shared their desire to groom children. They even think children can consent to life-altering decisions. So where's the backlash from VTubers? Sadly, these activists are so afraid of not being politically correct, they will support groomers like this. So, like, this, I know we've talked... Go ahead.
Yeah, that was the second time. I have to look for the first time he actually came after me, but it also includes a second... It includes a second creator, who's also a trans creator. Let me send you the tweet. Or, like, the screenshot of the tweet.
Yeah, sure.
So that was like the first time he came after me and he wanted to like make a video about it and stuff. And like I was in the hospital. I woke up to it. I don't know when he actually tweeted this. I could from says Dizu. He tweeted that January 18th, I had my revision of bottom surgery, and I woke up to this. So that is the tweet.
Here we go. Okay. Activists in the YouTubing scene have gone completely mask off. How does anyone justify this behavior? Okay, I'm not addicted to cracking eggs. I can't stop it. Your gender is in danger. Run while you still can. Also, if you're seeing this early, I'm live on Twitch, link below. So this is like just a joke.
Yeah.
Like, when did comedy become illegal? I'm confused. I thought Elon Musk made comedy illegal.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
I thought legalized comedy.
Yeah. And then yours is actually a serious post. Trans people will never leave kids alone. We want trans kids to be trans and give them the education and care we desperately needed when we were younger. Stop making it so difficult for us to be a part of society, Lincoln replies. I think that's perfectly fine to say. I think like I said, like this is the, you know, child hanging off a cliff analogy. You would not leave that child alone. Trans children often need attention and help with, you know, things going, because like being trans is not the default. And so
Yeah.
like trans children are often struggling in a transphobic society. And so we need to help them and affirm them so that they don't self-harm and hopefully not self-delete.
Yeah. And then like people in the comments are like, oh, egg cracking is a monstrous practice. And I've been trying to convey the anger I have around it. It's literally just like saying something, you know, sharing your own story here and having people be like, wait, that resonates with me. I'm like realizing so much about myself. The way you talk about like not fitting in with, you know, the boys and being like jealous of like the girls, like that resonates with me.
Right.
That is when
It's
like
like,
the egg cracks. It's like it's not a forceful thing, even though it kind of like you know, it's more like hedging. Someone like discovers who they are after like hearing the stories and like realizing that they're not alone with their struggles.
yeah, I see that tweet they were talking about right here. Like, if you're, okay, egg cracking only refers to trans eggs. Like, there's no cis egg. That doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Because,
Yeah.
like, if you're cis, you have no egg to crack. So it only works, like, egg cracking is it literally only works for trans people. So like if you're saying egg cracking is bad, all you're saying is that you want trans people to stay closeted. That's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's just it's
And
freak shit.
you know, I like the joke Psychotic was just making
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the full video, but it was just like, you know, if you're a trans creator, you get like a lot of comments of people being like, I realized I was trans after watching your content. And it's just, it feels nice because like you reach your target audience and you help other people discover who they are. This is like not something that is like forced upon them. You
Yeah.
know, like no, I'm not going into a child's home and being like, oh, you must be trans because you're a boy playing with dolls. But that's what they make it out to be.
Yeah. Like there's a difference between gender nonconformity and being trans. And like I played with dolls when I was a kid. You know, like I grew up with two sisters who were like a twin sister and one sister who was a year older than me, and we all had Barbie dolls. My parents bought me
Yeah.
a Ken doll, but you know, nonetheless, I'm sure, you know, like it's still the same thing. Like I was still playing with them with Barbies, and nobody
Yeah.
tried to trans me. My parents weren't trying to trans me. Like this wasn't seen as abnormal. This was just a like that was a gender non-conforming thing that I engaged in, a pastime for a while. And then I grew out of it and then I moved on to other stuff.
I mean, I probably can imagine that there are people who are like, "Oh, you're a man who crochets. That's gay or something." You
Not only
know?
that, I'm a man who crochets. I'm also a nurse.
Yeah.
And so like that's not very gender conformative.
Yeah.
There's some other I'm sure if you gave me a minute I could think of some other things. I've cross-dressed before. I've cross-dressed once. Which is how I found out that like, you know, this shit ain't really for me. Like I slayed, don't get me wrong, I slayed, but like, you know, I tried it. So like,
Yeah.
if anything, I'm more cis than 99% of guys out there because like I've literally given the other side a shot and I'm just like, I guess it's fine, but like I'd rather just be a guy, you know?
Yeah. And like, can you imagine doing something that you're not comfortable with, and then having people insist that no, this is for you. You have to do this, and like these people only have like issues with these like imaginary scenarios where like, oh, a parent of a boy is turning them into a girl by making them, I don't know, play with dolls and wear pink and let them wear dresses and stuff like that. But
Dude,
they
if my
never have like issues with like forcing trans kids to adhere to gender norms that they are not comfortable with and like
yeah,
trapping them in those boxes.
Yeah, it's pure projection, right? Like they're literally doing the
Yeah.
thing that they accuse us of doing, which is,
Yeah.
forcing their children to conform to a gender that they don't identify with. So, like, if
Yeah.
I were a child still, and my parents, when I was a child, right, I knew exactly what I wanted to be. Like, I knew I actually kind of have, had I been born female, I think this would have been my egg cracking moment because like I did gymnastics when I was a kid, and so like for the first time I walked into like a gym that had boys gymnastics because a lot of places just have girls gymnastics, and so like if you're a boy you just
Yeah.
compete with the girls. But I went to a facility that had both, and so I walked in and I'm like 7 or 8, and I see like these, gargant like, yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen like gymnasts, but even when they're like 16 or 17, they are like bulked the fuck out. They're like muscular as shit, and they're like just in there with their shirts off. And like I was looking at them and I'm like, holy shit, like those guys are awesome. I want to be just like them, like I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, like I always relate that moment back to like, if I had been born female and I had seen that, I feel like that would have been the moment that I realized that I was trans. You know what I mean?
Or at least like uncomfortable with
Right.
being a girl,
Or
being
or
seen as a
rather
girl.
or rather more comfortable being seen as a guy. Like
Yeah.
euphoria.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
anyway, that's kind of
I
how I
think
relate it to people. But anyway, go on.
I think like actually gender euphoria is like a better indicator for like than gender dysphoria. Like the
Hmm.
trans joy that you like feel when you're seen as your gender identity and like do things that like affirm your gender identity. Because like a
Yeah,
lot of things that I talk about is like more the distress, but like now after like transitioning and being like able to do these things, like I just get like so much more joy, and that just like shows me that this is like the right path for me.
yeah. Like I think we focus a lot, even on the left. We focus a lot on like the negatives of being trans.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like dysphoria. We always talk about gender dysphoria.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
oh, trans people are like miserable until like they're allowed to be who they are, and that's not really how it works all the time. Sometimes you're just like living your
Yeah.
life and chilling, and then something happens whereby you realize, oh, I'm actually not as happy as I could be, and then you start to identify as a gender other than that which you are currently identifying as, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so much happier this way. And that's a great positive thing that we should be encouraging and
Yeah.
endorsing. you
It's
know
also like not everybody who is trans has gender dysphoria, and also like the level of gender dysphoria and like what you're
I
dysphoric
always
about
wondered why
can
certain
vary.
gymnastics events were
And also
gendered.
like cis
I
people
knew
can
of many
have gender
female
dysphoria.
gymnasts who would
That is
kill
why
gays and pommel a horse.
surgeries for like gynecomastia are a thing. That is why
Yes.
they're like men who wear binders in order to like hide their breasts because they feel insecure when they have breasts, or like I don't know, men shaving their eyelashes to like affirm their gender. And it's like this is kind of
Yeah,
weird,
I've
but
seen
like
that. That's so crazy.
yeah.
Like, listen, it's your body. You do what you want. But also, like, isn't that kind of dangerous too? Like, eyelashes are there to protect your
Yeah,
eyes. That's the whole, they're like they
yeah,
act like a
exactly.
filter.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not gonna stop people from doing it, but yeah, you shouldn't do that. It'd be like, you know, it's not self harm, but like it can lead to your eyes getting hurt. But anyway, yeah, exactly. So like gender dysphoria exists. It really only exists like for trans people because like we've considered as a society being trans to be abnormal. But like when a man looks
Yeah.
in the mirror, like me for instance, like when I look in the mirror and I see that like I'm not as muscular as I want to be, or like my beard's not as thick as I want it to be, that's the same concept. It's a sliding scale. I'm not like, deeply suffering because of it, but like
Yeah.
that is a form of gender dysphoria.
Yeah, like you would feel better about your body if you had like these like more elements um that like society typically associates with that gender.
Yeah, Saki Tanuki said, I always wondered why certain gymnastics events were gendered. I knew of many female gymnasts who would have killed rings and pommel horse. Thank you very much for 5 tier 1 gifted subs. And yeah, I agree. Like, I always thought that was kind of weird too. Like, I've seen girls do rings before, just once in a while. And like, yeah, they would slay at that. And then guys, you know, we walk on like the balance beam for practice and stuff. But it was always kind of weird to me that like, the only 2 events we share, and we only loosely share them too, because the events are still different, but floor and vault, those are the only 2 that we share. And then
Isn't it because like men's gymnastics are like strength, and women's gymnastics is like flexibility and grace and something, and it's just
yeah,
extremely gendered.
Yeah, it goes
Like,
back
it's a
to
different sport.
if I had to guess, I haven't studied the history of gender separation in gymnastics specifically, but I have studied it in sports in general. And if you go back to like the early 1900s, late 1800s, it's not as though they were outlawing like all the time. They did sometimes, but for the most part, women just didn't compete because they didn't have the right to. Like they were kind of trapped at home as housewives, so like they just didn't.
Yeah.
But like once in a while, you'd get women like competing in sports, you know, and then they slowly over time started to like ban women from competing in men's sports because it turns out they're actually pretty good when you let them practice and compete. So
Yeah.
anyway, what ended up happening was in the Olympics, they decided, oh yeah, we're totally going to let women compete, but they only let them compete in like graceful sports. You know, like swimming,
Yeah.
or I forget the others, but like just like the ones where like, oh, you're dainty
Like-
and elegant and stretchy, which is fine. Like
Figure
that's all
skating.
good and fine. Yeah, like that's all like that's still valuable sports, and I'm not trying to denigrate it, but like that was the mentality back then. Is like, oh, you are a woman, therefore the grace and flexibility should be like you're there for us to look at, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same with like volleyball. When you like look at the outfits and stuff, it's just, you know,
Yeah,
basically
I agree.
making women dress for men.
Yeah, why not make men dress for women? Why not make men wear
Real.
the booty? Men should wear the booty shorts and sports bras.
I mean, that is literally like how it would be in the rest of the animal kingdom, right? Like
Yeah, and actually, yeah. I just reminded myself, it's a bit of a tangent, but the crop tops. Do you know that those were originally made for guys?
yeah, I mean, wasn't like also heels made for guys?
Yep, that was I believe King Louis the 14th. I don't know if he like invented the use of them or whatever, but he was the one who popularized like royalty, because I think he was short, so like he was like, oh, I'm gonna make myself taller, and he started wearing high heels. And then he had like,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
never hid the heels either. Like he displayed them proudly, and then he dressed he dressed very feminine. Honestly, if you look up here, let's look it up right now. King Louis the 14th. He was like a fucking drag queen. Look at this elegant motherfucker. It's a very small image. There we go. Like, look at that. That's Slay right there. I'll link it to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking at your stream.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. And he has to wear makeup, heels, wigs, fancy clothes.
Look
right
at
in
these.
public.
Look
Yeah.
at this. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would never fly today.
I mean the tights and the heels.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
I can't speak to his politics, but
even if you go back like I don't know, before this, like oh, if a man shows affection to another man, they are gay, and being gay is something bad. Like before this, like LGBTQ like hysteria, men were allowed way more when it comes to like the clothes they wear and like how they dressed. Like even if you look at like musicians and stuff, and just random guys just taking pictures, actually like hugging each other and, you know, being close with each other. And now it's just like, nope, not allowed. That's gay. Goes against the cishet normative.
Yeah, like you look at crop tops, I think it was like the 1960s. Like, look at this shit. That was the thing, but like these are like, I'm pretty sure cishet guys. They wore booty shorts and crop tops.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to show off their abs and their belly hair. I don't like the hairdo in the second image, but I think the outfit slays. First one is perfect. First one's perfection.
Just needs fishnets.
That's true, dude. Add some fishnets to that. That's peak masculinity right there.
Yeah. Let guys dress for women. Like, if you want to date women, why do you not do things that appeal to women, right? Go get your nail polish, and if you're a guy wearing nail polish, you're going to get so many compliments from women. Like, I promise you that.
Yeah, what's so funny is like these I shouldn't say hyper masculine. Some of them are, but most of them just act like they're hyper masculine, and then that ends up just them being disgusting pieces of shit. But like they don't take care of themselves. They think, like, this goes back to Asmongold, right? Like, self-care is gay, I guess, or something. You would never
deodorant
catch that
is
guy.
just for people who are fat.
I forgot he said that. That's so crazy. Motherfucker said deodorant is just for fat people.
Yeah.
Dude, I already knew that room smelled disgusting, but like he just cannot stop him. Like, deodorant, when you mention that you don't wear deodorant, that's a very visceral nose image, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I've sat next to people who don't wear deodorant. Like, I was assigned a seat next to them in school, and holy crap. Like, there was this one kid. This is so bad of me. But there was this one kid who smelled so bad. Like, he reeked. And he had in his locker, like, I had a locker next to him, and his locker fucking reeked, right? Like, I don't know why he was so stinky. It probably wasn't just BO. Something else was going on there. But I was assigned a seat next to him, and I literally brought Axe body spray with me to school one day and started secretly spraying him under the desk. I couldn't stand it. I was like, you don't understand. And I went to the teacher and I'm like, please, I need to change seats. He smells like, it was in private. I was like, you don't understand. He smells so bad. And the teacher was like, I mean, have you told him to try taking a shower? And I'm like, fuck you.
I mean, I think the worst part of that story is to use like what is it? Axe body spray. Jesus Christ, I got a bunch of bits. Give me a sec.
Yeah, the teacher caught on. He's like, who's wearing too much Axe body spray? I don't think, looking back, that I was completely unjustified in doing that, but also I should have just talked to him. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were in sixth grade.
I missed a chat message that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I can find it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll look at my chat real quick.
Right. Hope it's not a sensitive topic. First heard about you with the new situation about the Aspen response that was like really bad faith. But we're doing good, and don't let the negative people get to you. You inspire me. I'm glad. I'm glad that people are actually like seeing through the bullshit, because I think it's like incredibly difficult to turn what I'm saying into something bad without seeing like seeming just like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the $5, Balthazar. Yeah, when you smell worse than Axe. Yeah, he smelled foul. But anyway, yeah. I don't know where Asmongold gets off fucking talking shit about anybody. Yeah, Joe Boy in the chat, didn't he also drink water and had to wash it down with soda? Like, that's crazy.
Imagine. Oh.
And I'm a soda boy. Okay? I'm drinking a C4 right now, energy drink. I love my soda. Okay, my sody pop. But like, goddamn, like, I do wash it down with water when I remember to, because it's bad for your teeth. You know?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like, he's been stripped so much, like, he stripped himself so much of his own humanity that he rejects water. Yeah. Like, literally what's next is like, oh my god, the air smells too clean here. I think I need like shit in the corner in order for me to breathe properly.
Doesn't he
Like,
have like
just-
the rats and dead animals everywhere?
Yes.
I mean, you know.
Yes, and I've talked to my chat
Oh,
about
God.
this, but the thing is, you don't typically, like, scientifically speaking, I learned this in school, you don't really wake up from smells. You're not supposed to. Like, if somebody farts in your face while you're sleeping, like, which is disgusting, you shouldn't do that, but, like, let's just say that happens, you won't wake up. Like, that won't wake you up. You might have, like, a bad smell dream, but, like, you won't wake up. The rat alarm clock was so bad, it basically acted like smelling salts. Like, it triggered his body's survival response, and it was like, this is going to kill you.
Oh my God.
But he was just like, well, that's the alarm clock, and then like start, cue the morning music.
No,
like,
he
where he's, like, skipping
first
along
thing he
through the
does is
filth.
like, doesn't he like smear his gum blood on the wall and then
Yep, dude.
what
know
does
what I
his
need?
morning routine look like?
You know what I need? I need that's what I need. I need Meat Canyon to animate his morning routine. I need Meat Canyon to like start. Okay, so picture this, right? It opens on the house, right outside. I don't know how it looks outside, but it opens on the house and it plays that that song, and then like it cuts to a dead rat, and then the sun like goes over the dead rat, and like the green smell waves float toward Asmongold, and Asmongold just looks disgusting, and then like his eyes pop open and he like gets out of bed.
You have like the greasy eyes just
Yeah.
slowly
Yeah, they, like, the
opening with like
crusty.
yeah,
They like
crust.
it takes a minute to like yeah.
Did you see the Omon
That'd be
animation
so
Oh
of the
God, I
King?
can see it. Oh,
Yes, I saw
can see it.
I saw the anime animation one. Yes, thank you very much, Saki Tanuki. Appreciate you. I saw the anime animations one. It was very good. We reacted to that with Tina too.
Oh my God,
Very
that's
funny.
crazy.
I want to
Holy
animate
shit.
this. Do it. My editor just said they might animate it. Please do.
Yeah, let's go.
Please do. I will do, that will
no.
get so many updates. But yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Somebody also brought up earlier that he like calls people roaches because like he's taking the piss, right?
Oh, he caught
Like-
me around.
Yeah. Yeah, he's taking the piss because like he's like, oh, I'm just gonna own it, right? Because like I've already had like he's self-aware enough to know that like he's disgusting and he just doesn't give a shit, which almost makes it worse to me.
Yeah.
And he just like calls people roaches, and I'm just sitting here like that doesn't work because
Yeah.
you live with the roaches. You love them. Apparently, you don't hate them enough to get rid of them. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
if my house had roaches, I would set aside so much time and money to get rid of that. That would freak me the fuck out. No thanks.
Do you think he's flirting with me?
Ew, no, don't
Calling
put
me
that
that?
in my head. No.
I
Disgusting.
don't know what his love language looks like. I don't know. Can you imagine?
Ew,
He's
his
just
love
like,
language? His love language is... You know what? That would check out, actually, because, like, if you think about it, his house was a gift from his mother.
yeah.
You know, like, his dead mother. So, like, he's already shitting on his dead mother's grave by, like, desecrating her house. So maybe that is his love language. He just like shits all over people and desecrates them. Maybe to honor his dead mother and tell her that he loves her, he actually goes to the grave, calls her a bitch, and then takes a fat dookie on it. I can't imagine what his mom's grave must look like.
Yeah. Didn't he make his mom like smoke cigarettes and basically just like
Did he?
Yeah, I
Wait,
think
did
so.
he get his mom into smoking?
Yeah, I think he
No.
said how important it is to give his mom like cigarettes.
Hold on. Asmongold
What?
update on his mother's health from 4 years ago. Here, wait, what is this? I've never seen this. For a
Doesn't
summary,
Aspen
for people
said
who...
own him. I think
For a
so.
summary-
He's like liberal.
Sorry, what?
No, like someone said. Also, doesn't Asmon's dad disown him? I thought he was like a liberal and like
Maybe.
was like a
That
Hassan
sounds right.
fan.
I know that Tim Pool's dad disowned him.
Yeah, makes sense.
Asmon's dad talks about Asmon's house. Livestream fail. When is this from? From 1 year ago. On Twitch.
LA.
Hold on, I kind of want to see this. You want me to share screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can send me the link to you, or I'm just going to like unmute the stream, but it's going to be delayed.
I'll share screen. I'll just share screen.
Yeah, give me a second. I have to like set it up though.
Oh, okay.
So it can be captured. What is that window capture?
Come here, my little roach princess, said in the Discord kitten voice. Come here, my little roach princess.
No.
Mm.
Oh no. Damn, I just...
You smell as good as my dead rat carcass alarm. Mm.
Might have just like ruined, might have just like created the fanfics. Okay, I set it up. I think it should work.
Okay.
Comes over and picks.
So this is Asmongold's dad. Let me turn it up. Talking about Asmon's house. I think this is after his mom died.
L.A. comes over and picks.
So recall like, huh? Oh, talking to chat. So recall that like this is so imagine like your wife dies, and leaves the house that she owns to your son, and he just trashes the place. I'd be, honestly, I don't believe in child abuse, but I'd be beating him. Like, and that wouldn't be child abuse at that point because he'd be a grown-ass man. I'd honestly be, like, ready to punch him. I'd be like, dude, stop. This is disgusting, and you're dishonoring my deceased wife and your own fucking mother.
Picks me up and brings me over here. I couldn't even walk through his living room to get to the shitter. And I said, I'll tell you, if I'm going through here at night and anything gets in my way, I'm throwing the shit out of here. So, so he cleared me a path, you know, bitching all the time.
I didn't bitch all the time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, right.
Every step of the way.
Dude.
And,
imagine,
oh my God,
like, voluntarily bringing your own dad onto the stream to talk about what a piece of shit you are.
I feel so bad for anybody who has to like be close to this guy.
It's so embarrassing. He's such a failed human being. Like, how did he even attain I can only imagine the reason that he's as big as he is because he got started so early. Like, he's got content from like 8 or 9 years ago, right? Like, he literally started in his early adulthood years, and just caught the algorithm early. So that's got to be it, right? It's just longevity.
It's just crazy how he basically normalizes this lifestyle and like
It's
shows people
disgusting.
that this is like okay. I was
That's my thing. Like, children watch this man, and they like, it starts as a joke, right? Like, oh, haha, look at how funny, gross he is. Ha, that's disgusting. Ew, gross. And then like they look at like the pile of trash that they haven't cleaned up in like 2 weeks, sitting in the corner, and they're like, I'll get it later. I mean, my King Asmongold's house is worse, so it's fine. Like, he lives like that, so it must be fine, right?
Oh my God. Anytime I have like a collection of boxes that I haven't brought down into the trash yet, I'm just like, well, at least I'm not Asmongold.
I'm exactly the same way. It's actually been inspiring me to clean, personally. So maybe I'm just built different, but like I see his house and I'm like, I get the sudden urge to just clean all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't be like that. I cannot be like that. Nope. So like,
Oh
I've been
my
cleaning the
God.
deck. I cleaned out. Oh my God. On Tuesday, I spent hours, just like getting all of my crochet shit organized. I bought a new dresser for it and everything, and it's so nice now. And like I posted that on YouTube on my the posts thing and the community posts, and half the comments were like Asmongold could never. It's funny.
He's discussed about mold in soda and soda eating through cups, which led to moldy soda spills.
Yeah, he's like drank moldy soda. And listen, like, I've taken a bug out of a drink and drank it. Okay, I've done that. But like, and I've eaten food off the floor. You know, I'm willing to admit that I've done some gross shit. You know, I'm not quiet about that. Like, I'm not perfect, but goddamn, like, mold? No. Like, I used to pull the mold I used to pull the mold off of bread and eat the rest of it, but now I'm like apparently that's not safe because the spores spread through. Yeah,
I can't. Yeah.
You get used to it. Shut up. Just disgusting.
Anytime I toast something and there's like weird discoloration of like extreme white, and it's just like, nah, I can't eat this.
Yeah. Yeah, I've eaten spinach that's gone a little bit brown. Like, I'm totally fine eating things or drinking things a tiny bit past the expiration. I will say that
it depends.
I will say that one time I drank milk that was like 3 or 4 days expired. Because I noticed it was expired. I'm like, okay, well, let's just smell it. It smelled fine. Wasn't chunky, nothing. So I poured it in my cereal bowl. And like 30 minutes later, like, it tasted fine. Everything was fine. And then 30 minutes later, I'm leaning over the toilet, puking my guts out.
Yeah.
So
no, like with dairy, it's different.
Yeah, with dairy, it's different. Do not eat or drink expired dairy ever. Even if it's like 1 day past, don't do it.
Yeah. Like for me, it's like with eggs, I do like the test if they're like bad or not, because like
yes,
the date changes whether or not it's like refrigerated.
Yes,
like
you can test that by putting an egg into...
Finishing up on my second week of E, I'm so grateful there are people like you that have this platform. You and a few other creators have made me realize while I'm still fairly young,
that
so
trash pile.
epic.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's how he like procreates. Like the mushroom.
He spreads his spores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, 2000's Hub, for 500 RSD. How much is that in American? How much is that in freedom units? I gotta look that up. RSD to USD. 0.01 Serbian dinar equals 0.009. Okay, so 500. Okay, so about $5 reduce. Thank you very much for the $5 reduce. Appreciate you. Anyway.
One time I accidentally ate 4 years expired Oreos. I only ate a single one and I was able to taste that a day later.
If you believe in transubstantiation, you're technically a zombie cannibal.
That's crazy.
Thank you very much, Saki, for another 5 tier gifted subs. If you believe in transubstantiation, you're technically a zombie cannibal. Transubstantiation. What is that? Means the change of the whole substance of bread into the substance of the body of Christ. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. I grew up Catholic. I should have known that. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I thought there was something transgender. The transgenderism.
Trans?
The Catholic Church is woke. Anytime I drive...
Trans? Sub? Excuse you? Sounds sexual to me.
Ayo. Trans subs.
I didn't think
Anytime I drive on the highway and see like transport thingies, like they have the craziest names being like, oh, let's trans, or like go trans or something. These companies are wild.
I didn't think that Oreos could expire. I thought they were just not what is it called? Non-perishables.
I mean, I think everything has for like safety reasons an expiration date, no?
The cream? Oh, is the cream dairy? No, it's not dairy. Oreos are completely vegan. Twinkies can't expire. I knew that much. They're non-perishables. The reason I know that is because of Sausage Party, that horrific fucking movie.
Oh God, I watched that once. I regret it.
I don't. I think that it was an experience I needed. But
Did it deteriorate?
Yeah, I needed it.
Joestar became a member. Joestar celebrates 18 months of membership.
Transubstantiation gotta be systemstantiation. Ayo. Trans subs, but we're already here talking about Junior. Wow.
Cis-domstantiation.
Warriors don't expire, they just stop being safe for human consumption. Otherwise, they're fine.
That's expiration. That's what that means. The only area that doesn't mean that is medicine, because sometimes it does mean that for certain medications, but for most medications, like if you have like an expired Tylenol, all that means is that it's broken down so much that it won't be as effective. So it's not.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say this, but it's not technically unsafe to take a lot of certain expired medications. I'm not recommending it, but
I mean, it's the same with like when you have like a bandage or something, and it has like
yeah, it just starts to break down.
It's like it's just like no longer as sterile or something.
Yeah. I want to finish this.
Without Asmon's bathwater, Jesus. It's like a biohazard.
Whose bathwater? I'm interested. Asmon's bath. Ew!
He doesn't bathe though.
Yeah, he doesn't bathe.
You would make...
Dude, no, but that makes it that much more lucrative. If he just took one bath, one shower, and he had a limited time supply, he's like, this will never happen again, guys. You have to understand.
Oh my God,
this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Every time it sells out, he has to take another bath.
No, he does. No, it's limited time offers. He could charge millions for that shit. Like a bottle of that's so rare. That's like finding a fucking unicorn. Asmongold bathwater? That would go crazy.
Oh my God. It would be a legit Asmongold.
Please don't give that man ideas to make money. That's true. I could see him fucking doing that, being like making a huge announcement. Guys, I have a huge announcement to make. I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'm gonna collect the water, and you can buy Asmongold's bathwater, available only once every 7 months.
Honestly, if it gets him to shower, I would.
Yeah, we have to motivate him for money. Yeah, does money motivate him?
I think so. I mean, that's literally what he does, right? He only does things for money.
Yeah, I think some rich trans person needs to offer him like a fuck ton of money to not be a piece of shit anymore. That's what needs to happen.
Oh God.
I don't think that would work.
Can I convince the separated? I mean, like the thing is, like, okay, we kind of like skipped over that part with like everything that went down, but like in his news take, like, do you remember him being like, oh, he, she, I don't give a fuck what someone identifies as? She acts like a woman. Like he got a little bit of pushback, and now he uses the singular they for me, and this person.
That's such a honestly, I'd respect it more if he just misgendered you completely. Like if he just called you
honestly, yeah.
Because the they is such a pussy, spineless thing to do. Because it's like, oh, I don't want to like be accused of being transphobic, but also I don't want to commit to the transphobia. You know, like it's just so like, spineless.
Yeah, like these people always like say that the thing. Oh my God, the singular they doesn't make sense, so they need to like misgender non-binary people. But then a trans person speaks into something, and they use the singular they to like degender us.
Yep. Oh, they slip all the time whenever they talk about like one person whose gender they don't know or whose gender isn't like if they're just talking about like a general person. You know?
Yeah.
Like if somebody like if I'm talking about somebody who goes to the store and it's not. The gender is not important. I'm just like, a person goes to the store and they buy apples. And they'll like pull that shit. And then later they'll be frothing at the mouth like, oh, the singular they doesn't make sense. We learned in first grade that it's he or she, it's not they. And then like they'll do the same thing later, and they don't even like J.K. Rowling's done this shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny because I used to be a grammar Nazi, and I was one of those people because I learned in like first grade. I had a first grade teacher. I won't name her, but her name was funny. But I was about to say her name, but I'm like, I shouldn't do that. But she taught us like he or she. She was real big on that. She was like, it's not, you don't say singular they, it's he or she. So I internalized that, and then as I was growing up, it took a long time to break that habit actually, but I think I've done a pretty good job. It's just natural now. It's just normal. Yeah. I also have one of my moderators uses 1/1's pronouns. That took a minute to get used to. But once you get used to it, it's just natural. It's fine. Like
I mean, like my girlfriend uses its pronouns.
Yeah. 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 Go ahead.
The only thing, like, it makes it sometimes tricky because sometimes you use it in a sense, like in a sentence that doesn't refer to like the person, so it makes it like sometimes confusing. Or like when I speak to like people who don't know it, it can be kind of confusing. But I mean,
I think that's a special.
Just gotta be used to it.
I think that's a special case because with somebody like my mod Queen Laura who uses 1/1's. Like that's different. It's new. Yeah. It takes some getting used to.
It's like fair, kind of like pronouns.
Yeah.
Neo pronouns.
Yeah, like that's one thing. But then like it/its, and this is not, to say anything against people who use those pronouns. You're totally valid and fine. But like when you, the pronoun it is associated with objects and animals, and so like when a human starts going by that pronoun, you almost feel like you're dehumanizing the person. And so like, I mean, that can be a tricky one.
But like that's what that's what the goal of my girlfriend is actually, to like reject humanity basically, because it's agender. So
reject it's kind of, but agender isn't a human.
No, like that just like plays a role. It's not like it goes beyond just they, right? And there isn't like an object, like there isn't a pronoun that is like for, like, there's not a better pronoun for non-humans than it. Like for those outside of the spectrum. But I mean, it's just like personal preference. And like some people want to
it literally doesn't matter like what the reason is,
it's pretty easy to like respect that.
It is. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You just respect it. My point about it/its was, I do think that there is a little bit more difficulty with that one. Like I was talking to my mom once, and she works in healthcare, and there was a person that she was working with who wanted to go by it/its. And she was talking to me, and she was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to I don't want to dehumanize the person and call that person like an object or something like that. That would be weird. And, people would look at me weird. And like my response was, I get it, but that's not what their mentality. Like that's their preference. Yeah. Like you can sit there and explain that to the person and ask for their response to it and their explanation for why they go by it/its, but ultimately you should respect it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like even if you're coming from a place of respect, you should still, abide by what the person preferences.
It's like, oh, I'm not comfortable with calling you like I got hit with that when I was like, oh, my pronouns are she, her. I was like, oh, I'm not comfortable with calling you she because you don't sound like a woman.
What does a woman sound like? Like
it's crazy how these people are like, well, I'm not comfortable with respecting your pronouns because you don't fit into like my perception of what someone what someone with that pronoun sounds, looks, or acts like.
Do you know If Dubsy's still in the chat, this will make their ears perk. Do you know Venture Bros at all?
I don't.
Dubsy has been getting me into that show, and we're almost done with it. You may have seen the character, Dr. Girlfriend. Here, let me look her up. Oh,
I'm not comfortable respecting you. Yeah.
Okay, my safe search is on, thankfully. But this is Dr. Girlfriend.
Okay.
I don't know if you still have my stream up.
Hey, yo. Yeah,
and,
I do.
She is insanely attractive, in my opinion. And her voice is like, it sounds like this, right? But like,
okay.
What's so funny? The two things. One, people still refer to her as a woman. They have no problem doing that. And it's totally fine and nobody questions it, right? And then the other thing is like, not only did I get used to it, but I almost feel like it would be wrong for her to not have that voice now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so integral to her character and who she is now. I'm just like, yeah, that's Dr. Girlfriend, and she is a fully fledged woman, and she's gorgeous, and I would let her say disgusting things to me in that very deep voice of hers.
I mean, there are plenty of cis women who have like deeper voices. Like, you know,
That too.
it's just because you're a woman or just because you're female doesn't mean you're like a one type of like how you sound like, or because like, you know, even hormonal like you know, imbalances can give you like more testosterone and make your voice drop even if you're female. Like it's not a different species.
No, and like we have all kinds of, like, I've, you know, I always put it like this, like, I've misgendered people before by accident.
Yeah.
Usually it's, I mean, the two times I can think of it was cis people. One was a child, and I felt very bad about it. But, like, I'm sorry. If you're a child with long hair and you identify as a boy, but you look like a girl, I'm still, like, I hate to make children feel bad, but, like, he did look like a girl. So it made him feel bad, and I felt bad because I made him feel bad. But at the same, like, you just correct yourself and move on. There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
But then the other time was an old woman. And, you know, she looked like an old man. And especially as you're aging, it starts to kind of meld together, all the features do. You know, like men kind of grow tits, women, you know, their voices might get a little deeper. And like, so...
The facial hair?
The facial hair. Women can start
of
balding.
Women? Yeah.
Yeah, so like I just thought she was... And she'd been through this before, I could tell, because like I called her sir. And she was like, oh, it's ma'am. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Because this was before I was like woke or whatever. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. And my stomach dropped. And she's just like, oh, it's fine. And then she started ordering her meal. I was a waiter at the time. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really hate how like trans people are being like portrayed with like, oh, you want to arrest people who misgender you and you throw a tantrum. Like when people misgender me, it's just like, it doesn't feel too good, but it's just like,
yeah,
I'm not going to have like a discussion with like a stranger. They're just like either
right,
like they're putting me in either or category, and like if I don't, you know, if I don't wear makeup, if I don't dress stereotypically feminine, I get misgendered more often than when I do, and like that happens with cis women as well. Like if you're a cis woman with like short hair and you don't wear makeup and I don't know, wear baggy clothes, like you're going to get misgendered more often than when you like fulfill the stereotypical like beauty expectations and stuff like that, like the gender norms.
And what's so funny? Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
I mean, it doesn't feel great because like I would like to not have to fulfill the expectations of strangers and just like do things that I'm like comfortable with. And present in a certain way and still get like gendered correctly, but like I know that it's like unrealistic.
Well, right, and that's why I'm a gender abolitionist, because it's like I think that gender has outlived its usefulness in society. I don't know how you feel about that, but like,
yeah, no, same.
Okay, good, because I'm glad we're on the same page. There are some people in my audience who aren't, and that's totally fine because like we're so far removed from gender abolition that it literally doesn't matter whether or not you're actually an abolitionist. Like I've had a conversation with a lovely trans woman who was not a gender abolitionist, and it doesn't matter. But like the reason that I am is because of what you just said. Is like we make assumptions about people and what they do and how they're supposed to behave just because of certain cues, and I think that's wrong. You know, I think that is an ass backwards thing to do as a proper society.
It kind of traps you in boxes from a young age because like you said, if you look at a boy with long hair and you're going to call them a girl and that keeps happening, they're going to be more inclined to just like cut their hair off in order to not get like misgendered anymore.
Yeah, and actually, I want to talk to you about. I have a question. So I've talked about like how, so transphobes like to say like, oh well, if gender is a societal construct, then why do trans people need surgery, right? Like why do they need to change their bodies to look more like one or the other? And my response to that is, like I think body dysmorphia would still exist in the absence of gender. Like it would still be present in many people, but I think it would be severely less present because of the mental associations we make between you're a woman, therefore Vaguber, you're a man, therefore Pinor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so my thing is, if you really do want to reduce the number of invasive surgical procedures that people go through, like which people can get genital surgery if they want, but like, I really do think fewer people would want that if there were no concept of gender. Like you would just not associate dick and balls with being a man, and so you would just kind of be fine with having a dick and balls. But your brain has now associated having a dick and balls with being a man, and so now you want to switch that. So the irony is that like these people who are fighting tooth and nail against like gender transition surgeries or sex transition surgeries are, you know, they're hypocrites. They're shooting themselves in the foot because it would literally reduce surgical operations like if you were to take away that association. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is like I believe that this is like easier to so not every trans person has gender dysphoria regarding their genitalia. I also know that like a lot of trans people have like gender dysphoria with their genitalia, but they literally cannot afford the surgery. But like I believe that even if you remove like gender, like what society associates with like masculinity and femininity, you would still have people take HRT and you would still have people take like need the surgeries. Like a lot of trans men would probably still have double mastectomies.
Oh, no doubt.
But
no doubt.
I don't know if like, I mean, this is like a really hypothetical scenario because people will always like gender certain like sex characteristics as like a man or a woman and put you in either box. But I think it's more that like, for example, I am insecure about my height because like being tall is associated with like being masculine and being a man, and it makes it harder for me to pass. I think there are a lot of like insecurities that I have that would like stop being like problematic. Like I would have no issues with short hair because like people would still like call me a woman. But it's also like I think the biggest thing is literally just like it like as a trans woman, I don't really want to have people like guess. I just want to have like people hear my voice or like see me and be like, oh, that's a woman. Just like other cis women. Like when I play Valorant, for example, I have people be like, oh, are you a man or a woman? And it kind of feels shitty. Because like when I say I'm a woman, these people are like, well, you don't sound like a woman. It's like, why did you ask me then? Like,
for real.
It just kind of feels like all the like the effort that you put into is like hitting a wall, and you're trying to like fulfill the expectations of like society in order to get that euphoria. But I also don't want to like restrict myself and be like, oh, I'm going to shove myself from one box into the other and trap myself in order to like get gendered the most. But like HRT really helped a lot because a lot of aspects, with like facial features and like body fat redistribution, etc., helped a lot with getting gendered correctly more often, no matter if I'm just wearing like a hoodie and leggings or something. Doing just like a little bit of subtle makeup helps a lot. And like I don't know if like getting rid of the societal expectations and gender norms, etc., would like actually reduce the amount of trans people who take HRT. Like obviously not all trans people take HRT, so we are already just like a small minority who do take medical steps.
Right. I just think that there's something worth noting about the societal associations with sexual like secondary sex characteristics.
I mean, I also have like people be like, "Oh, if gender is a construct, why do you transition?" So I get that. I get that a lot.
Yeah, it's like, do you understand how social constructs work? Like, I want to be perceived as, like, if I were you, I'd be like, I want to be perceived as a woman, so that's why I'm doing the things I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And if you're disingenuous, you can say, well, you're conforming to societal standards, and it's like, well, we all do, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
We all do, to a certain extent.
I have people be like, oh, actually, trans people are the fault for gender stereotypes to exist because you fulfill gender stereotypes in order to be perceived as your gender identity. And it's like, how the fuck does that make sense? Yeah.
We all do that. Like, I do that. Like, the reason that I worked out as much as I used to, I need to get back to it. I've been saying for like a year that I'm going to get back to it and get muscular again. But like, the reason I do that is not because in my daily life I need to be able to deadlift 400 pounds. Okay? That's not why I do that. It's to look good and look like a fucking masculine beast for other people. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but we do live in a society. So like, we do sometimes abide by societal standards because it's important to us that, people perceive us a certain way and we're treated a certain way.
Yeah.
So
personally, as someone who's non-binary, I wish I had more control on whether I'm perceived as a man or as a woman, but I still get called sir and stuff like that. So the thing is, like, if you're non-binary, people are still going to put you into the box man or woman. And like, even if you're the most like androgynous in every aspect, you're still going to be put into either box. So you have people be like, oh, wait, is that a man? What is that thing? And it kind of sucks. I wish like there was just like a little bit more open-mindedness when it comes to like the existence of non-binary people, to be like, well, I'm not going to assume, but I don't know. We need to like change society as a whole for that.
Yeah, it's like way down the line, so I'm not too worried about it. It's like how I look at communism. Like, people ask me if I'm a communist. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't know. I don't know what communism would even look like. So I don't know. I'm for good things. I'm pro good things. So that's my political position.
Society.
I guess, like, I was listening to the Majority Report the other day. Shout outs to Sam Cedar and Emma Vigilant, love them, and everybody on there. But like, Sam was asked by one of the IMers, like, about if they would debate anarcho-communist, I think, or anarcho-syndicalist. I don't know the difference. But his response was perfect, because it's like, I don't really think about it. Like, we're so far removed from that. Like, we're hilariously far removed from that state of society that it's like, I just align with people who agree with me in the moment, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, we gotta like start pushing the line further to the left, because like it's slipping, and like even with like the social media shift, everything is just like anti-feminism, and we're just like trying to cling to our rights. Like I had someone DM me being like, "Oh, I actually don't want cis boys to get surgeries as well," and it's like, yeah, but like we're not talking about that. Like you are not going to be able to like take away the surgeries of cis boys under the age of 18 that are gender affirming. Like we're just like trying to cling on when it comes to like social transitioning, even like improving the accessibility to like medical stuff, like therapists and so on, who are like qualified to engage with children who question their gender identity, so there aren't like 5-year long wait lists for your first appointment.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, okay, you're so against like surgery. So like, let's say that you have a transphobe that you're arguing with, and you're like, you bring up the valid point that like the overwhelming majority of gender affirming surgeries are performed on cis people, like for gynecomastia and such. And they're like, well, I'm against that too. Okay, you're inconsistent then, because you're still inconsistent, because even though you're consistent in your logic of being against that verbally to me, your entire Twitter feed is about trans people getting these surgeries. Yeah. So and it's so much smaller for them. Like there's such a smaller number of trans boys getting breast reduction than there are cis boys getting breast reduction. Like it is primarily a cis procedure.
Like even when we talk about like a bottom surgery in the US, it's like the lowest it goes is 17 under like really specific exceptions, where this like actually happens.
Yeah, and like, you know, when you talk about genital reconstruction for underage individuals, like the standard is 18 and up, right? Like that's when you're supposed to get it for gender affirming care. But the thing is, maybe you need genital reconstruction before that for some other reason, you know? Yeah. Like that.
I mean, they do it on intersex children. Like,
yes. On infants. Yes.
Yeah.
That's genital reconstruction surgery on a minor. And that's so much more prevalent than like gender affirmative genital. Like I'd literally rather a trans like 16-year-old get genital reconstruction than I would an infant who is who has ambiguous genitalia. Like that's disgusting to me.
Because like it's harmful, it is non-life saving.
Yeah.
And you're basically like just gambling to I don't know, make the right decision, because like if an intersex child with like ambiguous genitalia has been forced into like these surgeries and they want to like get the get later on bottom surgery, they can't, because there was like tinkered in that area, and it's just
it causes sucks. All kinds of complications, both physically and mentally. But we just like nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about circumcision. Like I was circumcised against my will when I like most men in America were when I was an infant. I didn't ask for that. I want my Skittle pouch back.
And that is genital mutilation. That is like
it is. That's why I posted on Twitter the other day. Like I was like, if I look at your Twitter feed, and you are not at least as outspoken about circumcision as you are about like gender affirming care, then I don't buy your bullshit. You are inconsistent and you just hate trans people.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, just like forcing people to go through twice. Yeah.
We kind of like derailed, but we were initially talking about like how this whole situation with like Asmongold coming after me even happened.
Yeah.
And so like the tweets that I showed, like that is how it started, and I went private. And I mean, after a while I changed the thumbnail, but like it was posted on, I think, Delusional Takes, Gays Against Groomer,
Oh God.
I think something else posted it. So I got like a lot of like harassment for it, and I was like,
Trans
well, I mean, the
L's.
tweet is already out there. Why would I like change it? Also, like, if you actually like read what is being said, you're going to like understand what I mean.
Yeah.
But I was just like, nah, it was like a little bit too controversial. I'm going to like change it. And I think right now it says like, let trans kids be trans, and then people were like, but that's just as bad. That's just as bad. How dare
Why?
you?
Let black kids be black.
Yeah, I don't
like,
know.
Let sports kids be sports kids. Like, I don't, like, it's so odd that you can't, like, I put it this way too. I don't want to derail again, but just like an argument that I like to pose is like, when you go, if you were to go to the park and see a child sitting there in the sandbox playing, and this child has long hair and was wearing a dress and playing with dolls in the sand, you're going to think that's a girl, and you're not going to think beyond that. You're not going to think, well, and scratches the breadcrumbs out of chin, the Cheeto dust out of my neck beard. I need to know what this child's genitalia looks like before I can describe. So like, nobody does that. Nobody does that.
Oh my God.
Like,
it's so gross.
So when people talk about like trans kids, they're the ones thinking about children's genitalia. Always.
Yeah.
Like, scratch a transphobe, a pedophile bleeds.
Oh, they celebrated, or like were like, oh, it's justified that like the security guard didn't believe that this cis girl was actually a girl because she had short hair. Oh, she looked like a man. She looked like a boy, so it's like justified to inspect the genitalia. Like, it's so gross.
It's disgusting. They're disgusting freaks. And like most people, like in broader society, who are like latently transphobic are not doing, they're not like engaging in this specific thought process. I'm specifically talking about like the activists, the anti-trans activists, the ones who are like fervently out there like, we need to leave the kids alone. It's like, dog, my brother in Christ, you are the ones thinking about their genitalia like nonstop. It's gross. Yeah. They project that onto us then. It's always projection from the ground up. Anyway, let's get back to Asmongold because I don't want to derail again.
So, and then he did it again on March. And I actually like engaged with it. Like he used like the first thumbnail and the second one where it was like, oh, forcing kids to wait till 18 is like a bad thing. And it was like talking about like how if you let a trans kid take HRT, there's constant supervision. So if something goes wrong, they can like just stop it. But if they are not, if they're actually trans and they are being forced into their natural puberty because of their body, which doesn't align with their gender identity, then there's like no way to like stop it, and they have to like complete the changes, the irreversible changes done to them by puberty, before even being allowed to seek medical help. And in most cases, when you're 18, you're not going to start HRT actually, but you are just then like being put on wait lists and stuff like that. So that was like the whole argument.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so that was the whole argument, and it's just it's so funny that like people are like, oh, you go into the gender clinic and like the same day they just hand you HRT. That's so funny. Exactly. So you made that argument, and then so I'm trying to figure. So this started with Rev pointing this out.
Yeah, exactly. And he actually boosted this. So I was like mainly focusing on that. And I also had like Rev's wife, Darling Straub, like engage with it. And I made like this whole video where it was like going over like all the talking points where they were like, oh, actually being trans is just a trend. And you're just like a victim of, a grooming victim. And oh, you're talking about age of consent, all these things. So I turned it into like a video. And I then saw that like Kirsche was like talking to someone called Madame Savvy, who's like a TERF, as far as I know. And they were like, oh, when I went to look at this person, they already had me blocked. And I was like, there you go, unblocked you. Want to have a debate with me, Kirsche? And nothing happened. And we just like, I just saw more and more of like the transphobia, like her being like, oh, all trans activists are AGP males with the murder fantasies and stuff like that. Or like, oh, we have these trans men who are biological women perpetrating shooting because of the testosterone, and that's how the female shooting crimes are being on the same, like being put on the same level as the boys, the men who do these shootings, stuff like that.
Yeah, so
and
like,
it just
I'm
got
not
like worse.
Yeah, so I'm like not a. I want to touch on that for just a second. I'm not a statistician, so I don't know exactly how it works, but like, they do like, okay, there are differences between like certain things that like, for instance, like childbirth. What is it? Maternal mortality rates. That's what it is in the United States. It's like 3 times worse for Black women than it is for white women. Yeah. Right. So like, when you're looking at the data, and it says maternal mortality rates total, right? Like, that's one useful statistic that can be used in such a manner to, you know, instill policies that help prevent that, et cetera, et cetera. But then, like, if you break it down and say, okay, well, it's way worse for Black women than it is for white women, nobody's getting upset that, like, oh my God, like, Black women are being thrown into the mix and throwing off the statistics. It's like, we're going to break that down meaningfully where it matters. You know, like, if the violence rates are way higher in the trans population than they are in the cis population, then we should break that down and analyze that, you know? And statisticians who are worth a single shit will do that. Like, it's silly to think that this is affecting anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not like accurate to like have this type of statement being like, oh, all the trans men, which is just like, I don't know, 0.6% of the population in the United States. All of them are like, you know, like violent people. And then they turn around and being like, oh, actually testosterone is not a bad thing. Saying that like testosterone makes you aggressive is misandrist. Shit like that. It's just, you know, testosterone is only bad when it's like a trans man taking it.
I haven't heard of people characterizing trans men as that. Usually, maybe you have, but what I've heard personally is that trans men are like confused little girls.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. It's just like, oh, you've been shamed for your womanhood, and that is why you've been gaslit to like by society that you can only succeed if you're a man. Shit like that.
Okay, so anyway, let's get back to this. So, so how did this end up reaching Asmongold's eyes?
So, Kirsche, basically, how it started, I was calling out Kirsche more, and Kirsche has like the little check mark from Gamersubs. So it's like, oh, it's kind of crazy how like, you know, Gamersubs is like putting their little check mark on these tweets and like endorsing this.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And then like I made like a tweet, and it kind of like blew up because it was like in the circle, and they were like, oh, they should sue, like Kirsche should sue Nyara for what is it, cautious interference. And we even had like legal mindset be like, oh yeah, this is textbook cautious interference, and yeah, this creator should sue this other creator in a different country, because like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I then made like a video on the whole situation when like the Vice article dropped. And it just like every single day it just got worse. Like all of this basically started in March, and like every single day I opened Twitter and I saw another tweet of Kirsche being like, oh, the great replacement theory is true. Oh, Communists deserve to be shot. Actually, Anders Breivik was like a hero for killing all these communists. Shit like that. It was just so crazy to me. And Kirsch is a mythic.
So Kirsch, you said Kirsch is the one who's got the gamer subs thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, gamer subs should absolutely pull their endorsement or what is it called? Their sponsorship. Yeah, absolutely. They should pull their sponsorship. Exactly. And they should be pressured to do so. I agree with what you did. I don't think that's harassment. I don't think that's making people lose their livelihoods. I think that is a totally fair and justified thing to do, to tell a corporation, hey, you are supporting hateful content and that is bad and I'm not going to buy your shit until you stop.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so crazy to me. Like Kirsch is a mythic, and I mean, like Kirsch even Shy Lily, who is
real quick, you said Kirsch is a mythic.
Is in Mythic, the talent agency from Asmongold. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. I didn't know that.
Where also like I think Shy Lily is in there, who co-owns Gamer Subs. It's kind of crazy. And it just kind of blew up, and I even had like people like so the thing is, like, these people focused on Anna Valence, who did like the Vice article, and they pressured like they threatened to sue Vice for like I don't know, wanting to ruin Kirsch's life by exposing all these things, stuff like that, calling her a Nazi, which Anna never did. And it just kind of derailed, and when like Vice pulled the articles, like all three of them, including the harassment that Anna faced because of Kirsch's community. Mm-hmm. And I just like tweeted, well, Kirsch won. What did Kirsch actually win? And I had like Techtown reply to that. Was like, oh, not gonna lie, you sound mad AF. And then I went to like this guy's page where it was like, where this quote comes from, "Don't make me call my dad."
Yeah, I saw that on your page.
Yeah, so that's how Techtown got involved, and he's also in Mythic and sponsored by Gamer Subs. And mm-hmm. Yeah, then Asmongold basically came in and it's like, oh, this dumb bitch starts a cancel campaign and harassment campaign, and like I just protect my favorite Foxu, and I'm actually doing something heroic because like this poor woman is being threatened because this trans person does something bad, and yeah, it kind of like,
it's not
since since and now kind of like vanished, mm-hmm. like more or less vanished. Like the focus, it's just like me who's there.
It's so funny,
but it's much more. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't want to interrupt. It's just funny because it's not threatening her or harassment to say, hey, stop being a piece of shit, or I'm going to tell your sponsors to stop sponsoring you.
Yeah, I mean, like, wait, let me look for the tweet. I mean, it was also like a lot of people like dropped Gamer Subs as like a partner because someone like Rin Penrose, who's like really respected in the VTuber community and doesn't get into drama a lot, got like a lot of harassment just for like distancing themselves from Gamer Subs. And
that's ridiculous. We must defend the corporation.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Kirsch being boosted on Twitter because she is verified through Gamer Subs makes me feel sick. Imagine using your platform to spread misinformation to harm a small minority of people. And then you go to like the clips and it's just like, crazy stuff from her. And yeah, they literally say that like I'm life, like ruining her life because free speech and it's just like a disagreement of opinion. And it's like,
they're such
you know,
whiny little bitches.
Yeah, right? Like, come on.
When have you
it's like,
it's happened a couple times, but when do you hear people on the left bitching about this? You know, like people on the left have lost their jobs and been arrested and shit, and like, I'm sorry, the conservatives are so much more bitchy about it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, imagine someone goes like, I want all trans people to eradicate it, and then you're like, okay, this is kind of shitty. You're working with this company. I'm going to like show them what you just said, and the company fires them, and then being like, oh, I can't believe you would make it personal. I can't believe you would like ruin my life and make me lose my job. It's like, can you stop being like a piece of shit? Then you wouldn't lose your job, you know?
It's crazy.
And they just want to normalize it.
It's crazy. So, so at what point did Asmongold decide to make, like, touch on it on his stream?
That's a really good question.
Like, did some chatter bring it up or something, or do you know?
I think it was. I mean, like the biggest thing was like in the subreddit where someone was like, "Oh, Nyara was like pushing for a harassment campaign. Here are all these links," and he was like going through it and I mean, like the R word and stuff.
Got it.
So I think it was like in the subreddit. I can look for it. Maybe I'm.
Nah, you can if you want. Yeah. But I was just curious.
But yeah, like it was posted in the subreddit with like a collection of links and wait, can I go to the yeah, Nyara has been part of the harassment campaign. Let me something. And he just basically just clicked on a link and then he like cut me off mid-sentence to like portray me as a groomer.
Yep, I saw that. He was like, he was watching you and you said, these people are so obsessed with consent, and then he pauses and he's like, that's enough right there, or whatever he said.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, fuck, dude, like, listen to, like, it's not wrong either. Like, I know what your point was. Like, they talk about consent as though, like, consent to medical procedures is the same as consent to sex.
Yeah,
like, they purposefully conflate the two, and it's dishonest. It's dishonest, and they know that it's dishonest. Because children, first of all, it's not technically consent, it's assent for medical procedures. Because children, unless it's like, you don't need consent from your parents for some things, like if you're like 16 and you get pregnant, your parents are conservative pieces of shit, you can get an abortion, things like that. That's letting 16-year-olds consent to like an abortion procedure, which I think is fine. But usually it's assent. When it comes to like gender affirming care, it's assent. Like the child can assent to care. What you can't do is assent to sexual activity. And what's funny is they do this in conservative states where the parents will say, oh yes, like they marry off their children. They say, I am consenting in place of my child for my child to be sexually used, which they can't do. So they're not, you cannot exchange the two concepts when it comes to like different categories of consent. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like, so the argument is like, because if I would say that like, oh, children can't consent to this form of medical treatment, they need their parents to consent, then these people turn around and it's like, well, these parents are forcing these children through these changes and they are groomers.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Great point.
Not to mention it was Kiesha committing sexual harassment against Tana, which earned her that one-day ban.
So
and then blamed
it's
Dana.
Just like
these people are nuts.
I don't know what like the best approach for these things is, but I just like know all the arguments, so I just want to have like the base layers. Like, yeah, okay, a kid can be trans. They can know that their gender identity doesn't align with their body. They can go like obviously not alone, just like seek out this medical treatment. They need they need a guardian, they need medical experts, they need multiple doctors to like agree to this treatment, and it drags over like years. like the biggest part that like trans kids do is actually like the biggest thing trans kids actually do is socially transitioning, going by a different name, going by different pronouns. But these people deny the existence of trans kids because of these reasons. Like, oh, it's just someone who's confused. Oh, kids are easy to manipulate and they believe anything. If a child wants to wear a dress, you're going to be like, oh, this male child now needs to be going to therapy and go on puberty blockers because they do something that doesn't align. Like, they just blow these things out of proportion, and people who do not understand the process of gender affirming care for trans people, specifically trans kids, are just going to look at this and be like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
But Nyara, what if that child wakes up as like a 70-year-old person and they're like, well, shit. Now I don't. Yeah, now I don't want it. I shouldn't have taken those puberty blockers when I was 12 because now I'm 7. They didn't do the 70-year studies. They didn't do the 70-year longitudinal studies to make sure that people aren't detransitioning at 70. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like you say that like the regret rates are so low. Well, where's the 2,000-year studies? You know, I don't understand.
I mean, it's the same with like, oh, if gender affirming care puberty blockers are so good, then why do trans kids still end their lives? And it's like, that's your fault. It's because you deny our existence. It's because you deny our experiences. It's because you take away our rights. It's because you, like, no matter what we do, we are still going to be discriminated against. That's just the thing.
Well, a favorite pastime of conservatives and bigots is to create a problem and then blame the victims for that problem. It's like homelessness.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it's their fault that they're addicted to crack and like can't hold down a job. It's like, no, you need an address to hold down a job. They're addicted to crack because they went homeless and they didn't have any other outlet, so they just fucking got money however they could. Maybe they stole it so they could like not feel like miserable for 2 seconds. Like, you created the situation by making it so that they are required to sell their labor for basic needs. You know, like, they're so famously good at creating problems and then blaming the victims. I hate it.
Oh yeah, they do that with trans sex workers.
Yes.
Because like HRT is really expensive. Trans women earn the least amount of money, I think 60 cents per dollar that a cis straight white man earns, which is like the lowest in, like, even trans men earn, I think, like 70 cents or something. So they create like a toxic environment where a lot of trans women cannot sustain medical transitioning through like a quote unquote normal job. So what a lot of them have to do is basically like sexualize themselves and do like spicy work in order to make a living. And these conservatives love that. They are the biggest, the greatest customer. Also, a lot of trans women cannot have bottom surgery if they do sex work because they earn less money if they have bottom surgery. Because conservatives like fetishize a woman with the penis. You know, they just do that. And so they create like the environment where this is like the only lucrative option. And then they blame us, basically. It's like, oh, you came out as trans, so you want to be sexualized. So you want to, like, you are asking for this because you came out as trans.
Yeah, it's just so gross.
Yeah.
I forgot to read this $5 dono. Not to mention it was Kearse committing sexual harassment against Anna, which earned her that one day ban and then blamed Anna. All these people are nuts. Thank you very much for the $5, Chaotic. Appreciate you.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you saw that, but like Anna does a lot of like spicy stuff, a lot of like NSFW stuff. She's also a VTuber who does like ASMR, and she wrote a NSFW fanfic on AO3, I think
right?
is it called?
Yeah.
And Kirsche just read that, and it was like literally sexual content, was literally porn, and she got banned for it, and then was like, I can't believe Anna would do this to me. It's like, wow, I got banned for a day because of like these woke people. And then she also turned around being like, but her son can support terrorists and doesn't get banned. And that's why like Hassan called her like a weird, disgusting little freak on stream, which got people like Nux Taco involved, and you know.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like literally, you dug the hole, jumped in it, and then blamed somebody else. That's insane. Allergic to accountability. Allergic.
Yeah. I mean, also like the thing is like in Kirsch's little Google Doc, she wrote that like if Vice puts the articles, like this all is going to be dropped, but she just tripled down and made it like so much worse. She like doxed Anna's dead name to like thousands of people, and
that's cool. Love that.
Yeah, it's just it was just like getting so much worse after. So like I made like a follow-up video being like, oh, okay, you know, shit is going to get like even crazier, and like it never stops. So I got like more involved, and yeah, then like eventually Asmongold stepped in and you know, sent his like the editor clipped something, because like I was addressing like the stuff, and then I made like a video on it, and then like because I made the video on it, the editor was justified to make a video on me and push this lie that I'm a groomer and like a pedo to like 1 million people and just make it so much worse.
Yeah.
So we have a person here.
Yeah, this one. Well, there might have been one before this, but yeah. The clips editor is a fucking disgusting piece of shit. Whoever he is, I don't know who they are, but
yeah,
like, fuck you, dude. Like, you're so dishonest. Like, I don't understand how they can live with themselves, because like, I don't even edit debates when I have them. Like, I don't cut out the empty space. I don't even really like cutting out if I have to go to the bathroom in the middle of it, because I just don't want people to get the idea that like I cut something out.
Yeah,
you know,
I cut a lot.
It's so gross.
I cut a lot of my videos. Like the thing is, like even in the second video, there was like one jump cut where he removed something, but you cannot tell because like in my video, I do a lot of jump cuts. So that's why, like, gross. For my 40-minute video, I actually added like a timer over it to like see when they like cut something out. But they haven't watched it, they haven't acknowledged it, just like my coming back video. I wonder if they're going to like actually look at these things, but I doubt it.
Of course not. They're roach people.
Yeah, I mean, like even like Tectone just like reacted to a guy who made like a video on me, like the Leafy clone type of dude. Sensitive Society or whatever he's called.
Yeah,
I didn't really watch this video. I had to just for like
What are you doing?
Just for like the video. Just look for me. Just look for Nyara VT. You're going to find me. You're going to find him.
Dubsy, if you end up editing this, cut out for some random reason, a One Piece spoiler just popped up when I searched Sensitive Society. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just look for Nyara VT. You're going to find all the...
Okay. That's what the 3 is. You got to put the 3 somewhere in Sensitive Society. There were so many E's I didn't know which one was a 3. Okay, so Papa Gut made a video. Love that.
Oh, I heard that. Someone was like, "Oh, you actually need to like watch it in order to like get a better argument." And it's like, my argument is fine. People just don't fucking understand it.
Okay, here's the thing. So I'm in a Discord server that's like they invited me to this debate server, and now I got a debate on Sunday with some person I guess who was on Jubilee. But like I jumped into an argument that they were having because somebody posted, they posited the argument. Children cannot consent to puberty. And so there was like a back and forth. What does this mean? I don't understand. And so somebody pinged me and I explained. I was like, listen, consent as it pertains to natural occurrences such as puberty is a bit of a misnomer. I will grant you that. Because like we don't exactly consent to things that just kind of happen. You know, like I wouldn't say like I consented to having cancer. Like just because I'm fine if I say like I'm fine if I get cancer, it's whatever. That doesn't mean that I've consented to it. Like, it's a weird word to use for that. I get that part. But what we mean by that is you're saying that children cannot consent to being injected with HRT or HRT treatments, whatever, because like they like I don't know if there's a because. They just can't. They're not able to consent to that. Okay. Well, then by that same stretch of logic, you know, they can't quote unquote consent to natural puberty because it's the same fucking process. It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that your organs do it for you instead of it being done like artificially. But there's no difference.
It's like if you are not qualified enough at that age to decide your gender identity, how do you justify pushing these people into irreversible changes?
Yeah, you're leaving the child alone while they are dangling from a cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good point at which to leave the child alone. Okay, if the child has demonstrated up to this point, you know, they're 10, 11, whatever, they're about to start puberty, and they haven't demonstrated that they are uncomfortable with, like, you've taught them about puberty, hopefully, if you don't live in a red state, and, you know, they've not voiced any concerns about what is going to happen to their body, then yeah, just let them go through natural puberty. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, by their logic, no, we shouldn't. We should put them all on puberty blockers, right? Like they should all be on puberty blockers until they're like 16 or at least 16.
Like if you have to wait till you're 18 to like make the decision whether or not you want to go through puberty A or puberty B, like how do you justify pushing them into changes that are going to like impact them for the rest of their life? But like from their logic, it's like, oh, you're going to grow out of the dysphoria. That is how they justify it, even though it doesn't match the facts.
Yeah, my response is prove it. Where's your evidence? And they never have any. Like it just feels based. But I'm like, okay, demonstrate it, because the regret rate is so like it's lower than like almost every other medical procedure ever. Like that's how low it is. It's crazy low.
Yeah, exactly. Like these desisting claims have been debunked numerous times.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have to rush to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I'll take a break as well. I'll take a quick break as well. Okay. I'll be right back, guys.
Right back. Hey, Chad. How you doing, all? Oh my god. Whew. Overclick these. Sorry that I haven't been engaging a lot with chat. I do see your messages though. I'm reading some stuff at least. Oh, people regret Harry Potter tattoos than HRT. Oh yeah. Yeah, ban Harry Potter tattoos. Ah. Stretch. It's stretched. Does this video no longer like show up at the top of the like when you search? I thought you would see the Sensitive Society video. Was it just when you look for Nyara? Oh, RBT. Oh yeah, it's down there. Yeah. By the way, I did upload a new video 5 hours ago, so if you haven't seen that, go check out my YouTube. But the stuff Cinder did, and that being part owner of Game Ourselves, that's enough for me to not want anything to do with the brand at all. It's kind of crazy how like the Cinder stuff overshadowed the literal patches, but I guess it's just because so many big creators were involved. They got good hydration, some water that I do not have to wash down with soda.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, I saw there's a Alec Gunter clips. Nyara VT is proving Asmongold wrong. I always think it's funny that like people full name me with like the VT because it just means VTuber. I was like, this. I need to get Twitch partner so I can like remove the VT so people stop Nyara VTing me.
Yeah, that's why when I first started on Twitch, my middle name is Gunther with an H, but that was taken. Alec Gunter was taken, so I was like, I don't want to be like Alec Gunter _ or Alec Gunter 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I want to, like, so I just wanted Alec Gunter.
I mean, if you're a VTuber, it kind of makes sense because like when I see other people with VT in the name, I'm like, oh, that's another VTuber. That's kind of cool. Like if you don't have the check mark already, but like. I don't know. I'm just getting hit with Nyara VTuber, but if you scroll down a little bit, you should see the Sensitive Society video.
Okay, I agree. Water is best drink. I drink far too much soda, but I'm willing to admit that.
Last name.
And I'm also not the type of freak who like washes the water down with the soda. I do it reverse. So I think I'm fine. Okay, what are we looking at? Sensitive Society. This is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. That's the video. And like Tecton
just when they
reacted to it, and it had got like 80,000 views or something.
You want to go over it?
I don't know.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Like it's literally just like the same claims. It's like, oh, you want children to just drop their genitalia off, and
Right.
Oh, I'm totally fine with trans people. I just don't want to. I don't want them to go after children.
Right.
Shit like that. It's just like the same rhetoric.
Right. I hate it when they're like virtue signaling pussies about it. Like Asmongold tried to pretend that like he cares at all about the queer community. And I'm just like,
oh my god,
big day today, and
oh my god, look at that hat.
To talk about.
Sorry, I just saw that and I had to see it. It's a crocheted magic carp hat. I gotta make one of those.
Oh my god, that's so good. I need that. I
Yeah.
need that hat.
But anyway,
just when they think.
it's a great hat. But yeah. I think, like I said earlier, what gets me the most is like when people virtue signal and they're like, oh no, we actually care about like certain groups of people and that's why we're doing this. No, fuck you. Like, this isn't about caring about people. This isn't about protecting anybody. This is about you shitting on other people for the sake of it. Okay? When I shit, I love bullying. Okay? I'm a bullier through and through. But I direct that in a healthy manner because when I bully people, it's the people who fucking deserve it because they're bullying other people who don't deserve it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
It's the same with like them pretending to actually care about women and then literally just befriend abusers.
I know. Oh my god, it's so fun. Isn't Tectone in trouble? Like what did he do?
Oh my god, there was another story come out of him being like an abuser, and like he got banned for like calling Denims and Mings both whores and saying that Mings has like a Pokedex of like STDs and shit like that. And then he was like, actually, like I got banned because Denims is evil. Like
allergic to accountability.
Yeah, he also was like, oh
babies.
yeah. I got banned because I got called a rapist by Denims, and she also called my dad a rapist, who actually, if you look at the court records properly, he is not a rapist. It's like, god damn it, dude.
They're such fucking man children, dude. I hate them. I hate them so much. I wish they're such cancerous beasts. I wish they would go away. Like they would crawl into a cave and never return. Honestly, Asmongold might be happier there.
No.
I think Asmongold would be happier living in a cave. If you want, like, just look at how he lives. Anyway.
I mean,
go ahead.
As long as there's fast food, right?
Oh yeah, he needs the cave and he needs his iPhone so that he can order Uber Eats for McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
And
his
it's like,
computer.
So it's just like the same rhetoric, and I mean, Takedown only watched like the Sensitive Society video and was like, "Oh damn, that's crazy." I think like Nux Taku, Sensitive Society, Takedown, Kesha, and somebody else were like on a stream on like a collab, and it's like you want to protect children, and then you literally turn around and then collab with like a pedophile. I don't know why this video is being suggested. I don't see myself in there.
There it is. So wait, they're just like
boosting each other. That rhetoric, yeah. And,
I don't want to shit on them. I don't want to shit on them too bad for this because I know that people on the left do this as well. But I do think that it's a bit lazy to just like always react to content that like you agree with already.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, like I don't know. Unless you add meaningful commentary, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Takedown is now just like going on his like transphobic rants and shit in order to just like spite me, being like, oh, they want us to like affirm their delusions and stuff, and like his mental health issues himself. And just shames us for the same.
Another thing I'd like to state for the record is I'm in the process of getting my PsycNP, my psychiatric nurse practitioner license. For those who don't know, that's basically a psychiatrist, except I'm considered a nurse and I have to work under a doctor. So, but I can prescribe drugs and such. So I've studied this shit. So I'm appealing to authority a little bit, but fuck it. Like, listen, if you want to act like you know what you're talking about when it comes to mental health, no the fuck you don't. You don't know anything about what the DSM-5 says about trans people and about gender dysphoria.
Exactly.
You don't know anything about the best treatments. Like, you don't care about trans people. If you did, you would do the research and find that the treatments that we propose for gender affirmation work. Okay? So I just don't buy it. Like, I when it comes to normies, right? Like, just some person, like, for instance, I work home care as a nurse. And so, like, what that means is I go into people's houses and I, like, basically take care of one patient, right, at their house. So the second house that I was ever at, it was like an in-between phase. And the topic of trans people came up with my patient's mom. And she was like, I just don't understand it. You know, I don't get it. Right? Like, and that's fine. And there are people who have like weird ideas about it, and like they're like, I don't know if we should involve the kids, you know, and they're coming from a good place. And those people, I'm not saying it's good that they think those things, but what I am saying is usually if you sit them down and talk to them, they'll be like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. You know, like they're well-meaning people.
Yeah, if they're the thing is like there's something between like just being like uneducated on the topic, just not knowing any better, and that's like falling for the right-wing talking points. And on the other hand, you have like people literally listening to the arguments and being like, nope, actually you're a groomer. Just by saying this, you're a groomer and a pedophile, actually, and you should get your hard drives checked. Actually, I reported to the FBI that you just said these things.
Hold on. I have somebody in my chat saying, I'll hang myself and name you. I'll name you and Hassan. Okay. How about I just ban you then? I don't have a response to that. What you decide to do, and I recommend that you don't. I don't endorse self-harm.
That's crazy.
So don't do that.
That's a crazy thing.
That's hilarious, man. People really will just like, that's so fucking pathetic too.
Oh my god.
You know what? Actually, yeah, I should ban you because I really want to see what your response to that is, but I don't want to take any chances. Clearly this person's trying to get me in trouble. I'm sure they'll like report me or some shit. Anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the kind of audience. I wanted to touch on this too. That's the kind of fucking audience these monsters build, by the way.
Yeah.
So, good for you guys. Look at your fucking audience. Disgusting pieces of shit.
I mean, I made my video today is basically about like how I just don't understand how people don't just like call out the transphobes. And they're just like okay with being supported by right wingers, by like fascists, because they throw money at them.
Yep.
And they just have like the toxic people, and it's like, okay, if I throw enough money at this person, they're okay with like whatever I say, and it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They could never.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you support me and you're a shitty person, then I'm just going to like get rid of you because you make my community unsafe.
Oh yeah. No, if like the person didn't give me money, but even if they did, I still would have banned them.
Yeah.
But anyway, like my point is like I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit too. Like I feel like the audience that I personally have built is like, you know, I've had problems with some people, but we hash it out usually. I've banned a few people, whatever, it happens. But like largely my audience is full of like kind, supportive, and lovely individuals, and I love them. And I feel like you go into Asmongold's Discord, or like you go, like I've never been there. No, actually that's a lie. I have been there once because I needed to DM Asmongold to see if he was up for a debate, but of course he didn't get back to me because I don't necessarily begrudge him for that because he's big. But anyway, I'd like you go into there. I imagine it's just like pure scum. You know what I mean? Like, just the worst of the worst people. Like, I've been in Hassan's server, for instance. Hassan Piker. I used to, like, frequent that. And, like, some people got annoying. You know? Like, they were overbearing sometimes. But for the most part, like Hassan Piker has built a community of loving, caring individuals who just want the world to be a better place for everybody. You know? And Asmongold and his ilk just like garner the like they take the earth and like strip the earth's crust off and then like scrape off the bottom of it. And that's like the audience that they garner, you know, like it's just the lowest of the low, disgusting pieces of shit. And like that's your legacy, man. That's what you've left for this fucking earth, and that's why I call them cancerous.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. Like the thing is, like I fell for this like right wing type of rhetoric, and I thought that I have to like appeal to like you know the cry bullies in order to make it as like a content creator, because like I was resenting myself for being trans and trying to like desperately overcompensate by like just befriending the most toxic people ever. And that was just like one of the bonding rituals, to just be shitty to other people. So you're like seen as one of the group, you know, the us versus them mentality. And I'm so glad I got out of that, because it just makes your mental health just deteriorate.
Yeah, I mean, like being shitty to other people is fun. I'm gonna be honest, you know, like, but that's why you need to direct it appropriately. You know? Like we're sitting here being shitty to Asmongold, sure, but like only because he's shitty to other people and because he's disgusting. Like even if you were to remove like all of the transphobia, all of the bigotry, whatever, and he was just like a gamer streamer, I would still be like, yeah, he's disgusting. And I'm gonna say that because he has a bunch of young impressionable people watching him, and they just see his blood-soaked walls and his dead rat carcasses in the background and roaches crawling all over him, and they're like, yeah, that's fine, that's normal. No! Like,
that's crazy.
Some people deserve to be bullied and shit on, because that is how, like, I can't fix him. I can't fix his audience. So all I can really do is just like shit on him and show people like that he's disgusting and they should not be like him.
Yeah. Isn't the Mythic VTuber agency owned by Asmongold? I mean, Mythic completely is owned by Asmongold.
Guess everyone started to notice how you interrupt and misconstrue everything and find it aggravating. I enjoy the entertainment truly. Yeah, I don't care what you think. Like, what have I misconstrued? I don't understand.
That's also like the thing. They always hit me with like, oh, you're taking Kirsche out of context. You're attacking Kirsche based on out of context. And it's like, I showed the full context. There's nothing that like makes it okay. But if you play my clip longer, then you see why that is okay, what I said. Right?
I legitimately play videos all the way through. I do pause. You know, sometimes I miss things here and there, but I play the video all the way through, and Dubsy, my editor, does not cut that. You know, like, it is the original context. So, like, if I fuck up and misconstrue something or you know, misunderstand something, my audience holds me accountable, and then I correct myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, I'm not sitting here clipping trans creators saying that, like, trans children deserve to exist, or, like, you know, the right is obsessed with consent or whatever. And then calling them pedophiles, because that's what Asmongold does. So
context usually makes it worse. Yeah, I mean, like, it's if you like, I dived into this like way too deep, and there's still so much that I haven't addressed because it's just crazy.
Pausing and not even giving a logical explanation, just making accusations with no evidence. Pro GPT. Go to my Discord, open a ticket, and schedule a conversation with me, okay? If you really do have, like, constructive criticism for me, I will hear you out, okay? That's what you can do. Because maybe, you know what? I'm willing to hear you out, all right? I'm trying to always improve, unlike Asmongold. So, anyway.
I mean, you know, like in Asmongold's chat, if you don't say base to whatever he says, you get banned.
Wait,
unless
what?
It's yeah, if you don't agree with like his take, you're just going to get removed.
That's crazy.
That's
like
crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. Unless you, unless he genders a trans woman correctly and is being held accountable by.
Right? Yeah, like that's crazy. Oh, you don't say base to his bigotry, but like the minute that you, the minute that he genders somebody correctly, like a trans person correctly, it's gloves off. Like you can say whatever you want to him. It's crazy.
I have a question for the Alec fellow.
What's up?
Ask the question. Giving things out of context, it's the only argument they have. They avoid actually arguing. Yeah, like the thing is like it's very easy to like misunderstand what I'm saying or like just like skip over the arguments that I bring and just be like, oh, it's crazy that you even mention children. Like you can't do that. Oh, it's crazy that you even talk about HRT for someone under the age of 18. And
but that's what puberty is.
Yeah, I don't know. It sucks. Wait, what is that question? Why do you smell like a Halicoeris vivitatis? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, hold on, I have to.
Is that an elderberry? Is that an elderberry?
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't have elderberry scented things, but I wouldn't be opposed. I'm sure Katie would like that, my wife.
Oh, it's the fish. Oh, okay.
A fish? Why do I smell like fish? I don't think I do.
No, it's like. Wait, let me send you the name so you can look it up.
Okay.
I remember this.
Is that from your Twitch chat?
Yeah, it's from my Twitch. I sent it to you in Discord.
Here, hold on. Let me open Chatterino. I should have had this open the whole time.
Yeah, we should have done like the shared stream chat, but like I don't know how to do it.
Is it Nyara VT?
In custom. I sent it to you in Discord. Yeah, it's Nyara VT for now.
Okay.
For now, soon. I'm working on it. Working on getting rid of the VT.
One sec. I have to log into ChatGPT. Or not ChatGPT. No, not that. Chatterino. I don't use ChatGPT.
What did you say?
I was saying that I have to log into Chatterino, but I accidentally... Because Chatterino lets me see your chat too. But I accidentally said ChatGPT. Like, wait, no!
Not ChatGPT. I need ChatGPT. You quick summarize Twitch chat, please.
Okay. So somebody said I smell like this specific species of fish. Slippery dick. The slippery dick, Halicoeris bivitatis, is a species of wrasse native to shallow tropical waters of the western Atlantic Ocean. I mean, is that like an insult to smell like slippery dick?
The thing is, like, I looked it up and it gave me like the German name, and it's interesting.
What's the German name?
Okay, wait. So the German name is Zweistreifen Lippfisch, which means double striped lipfish.
The double striped lipfish?
Yeah, the double striped lipfish.
That's not quite as sexual, but I guess it could be.
No, it's it's not quite as it doesn't hit quite as hard. Not gonna lie.
Hold on. Pro GPT primitivist is still in my chat. You said parents, trans kids, important distinction. Any kid that is thinking of that, especially under the age of 14, is suspicious to say the least. Why is that suspicious, man? Like, you don't have any, like, you're just operating based off of your feelings. You're personally uncomfortable that a child under the age of 14, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just pointing out facts. You are personally uncomfortable that a child under the age of 14 might be trans. And that's fine that makes you uncomfortable, but you should try to work on that, because trans children can exist as young as like 4 or 5. So, You know, you got to work on.
Don't tell that to Asmongold. You're going to be called mentally ill, and you're actually turning the kids trans.
You can call me to whatever the fuck he wants. I don't give a shit.
How dare you? How dare you say that, like, actually a kid can know their gender identity?
I don't value the opinion of roaches. So
real.
There's that.
Are you insulting me now, though?
Yeah, because he calls you a roach.
Yeah, like
it's just I know I keep harping on it, but like I can't understand him taking the piss on that. Like, no, he's trying to be like self-aware, edgy. You know, it's like when I like make fun of my bald head. You know, and then I like and then I shit on other people's for being bald, like as a joke. You know.
Yeah.
Like. I
feel like
he does it.
It's. I don't know. It's just. It's just crazy to me because like even his fan base calls themselves the Roach Army, right?
It's Nurgle shit. They are Nurgle's strongest warriors.
Yeah.
He is a disciple of Nurgle. I
literally have people in my replies post like artificially generated images with like Asmongold controlling the Roach Army and sending it off to me. Like he cannot call me that when that is like literally his fan base.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, wait. So you can't, at the same time, call people you don't like roaches, and then call your audience the Roach Army.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Like the Roach King?
You can call them like the Roach Exterminators. That'd be kind of fun. Well, that would be leaning into like death threat territory, but like the Roach Control Team or the Roach Control Squad, I still think that'd be a little bit leaning into like, you know, weird threatening territory. But like at least that would make more sense. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like I really do think that like the mold has killed his brain cells. It has to have, right? Like we talk all the time about like J.K. Rowling's black mold and how that's like fucked her brain up.
Yeah.
But like J.K. Rowling has nothing on Asmongold.
The thing is, like, I strongly believe that he literally has some form of mental health issues where he just doesn't care about himself at all. And just does whatever is making him the most profit. Like, he doesn't believe in anything. Like, all these right-wingers, all these content creators, they don't believe in anything.
No. Like, I'm sure some of them do. I can definitely tell the difference between a right-winger who believes the shit he's saying and one who doesn't. I'm trying to think of two good examples.
Someone like Matt Walsh, I think they literally believe the like Christo-fascist type of stuff.
That's a complicated scenario because I think he kind of fits into a third category where it's not grifting for the money. It's he knows that he's lying and he knows that his logic doesn't add up.
Yeah, I mean like his end of the documentary. Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, it is
lies. Yeah.
It's for his message, right? The ends justify the means, and if the ends is basically the extermination of transgender people, he sees that as like a moral good, and so he's fine lying about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like him saying that like 100,000 children are on puberty blockers, and then it's like, well, actually, it's just 1,000.
Yeah, that's a great example of Rocker. Sorry, go ahead.
The what is it? The documentary he wanted to make. What was it? Lady Ballers, making guys pretend to be women to like dominate in sports, but then not being allowed to do it. And instead of being like, well, I found out that actually this is not how it works. I'm just going to like lie about it and fake everything.
Exactly. Guitar Rocker, great point. Hunter Avalon was someone who believed that what he was saying when he was conservative. Yeah, exactly. And I was too. You know, like I believed everything that I was saying. I believed that abortion was like literal baby murder. I believed that, you know, transness. Well, actually, when I was like hardcore conservative, I didn't really know what transness was. I was a transphobe for a while, but not like hardcore. But my point is, I believe the shit that I was saying, and so I can kind of tell when you do. Like somebody like Andy Pants Gaming does not believe a word of what he says. And you can tell because he used to be what you would consider, what the kids are calling nowadays, woke, right?
It's the same with like Marjorie Taylor Greene, with like the women's in bathroom. I also believe that like J.K. Rowling has some form of like issue that just like completely derailed her like rhetoric. Because she was also like, oh, if trans people are under the attack, I'm going to like march with you. And now she like 180'd.
Yeah, I think that like it does. What's another thing to consider is I think the best example you can take is John Fetterman, somebody who previously to like he was never not pro-Israel, but like after his stroke, like he really took a hard right, you know, like even his wife was like, "This is not you." I do think there is something to like sustaining brain damage and being more conservative as a result. Like there is, it's like he's still a piece of shit, but
I also think like the same with like Jordan Peterson, that like him losing his license and stuff just like gave him this weird sense of like, oh, I'm being like persecuted, and it's like for my survival, and this is like the group who's responsible for it, and like literally completely going overboard with a lot of the rhetoric. Like even if you start beefing with fucking Elmo, something is wrong with you.
It's so funny. Like Elmo, like dude, the puppet that teaches children how to count. That one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, go fuck yourself with your white hating type of stuff. It's crazy. Actually insane. Okay. Elmo, you need screenshots. Wait, let me John Peterson. Elmo.
Sexual orientation is not caused by sexual assault. Okay, dude, that's a misconception. That's a lie.
Wait, what did you say?
Like sexual orientation, like I assume he means homosexuality or being trans. I'm sure is caused by sexual assault. Like that's a disgusting lie.
It's also like that's a lie that's being pushed. There is some form of evidence that like if you've been abused, then you are going to like be drawn to like relive that in order to cope. So it's more like not about being like you being now attracted to someone of that specific orientation, but you just wanting someone who is like closer to your abuser. I think that is like the research on it. But like these people literally go ahead and they claim that you can like correctional like what is it, corrective rape on like lesbians and like asexuals.
Yeah, it leads to like Nazi shit. It's literally because it's like, okay, well, you were clearly, because you're gay, you were like sexually molested or assaulted by a man when you were like, if you're a boy, a man when you were younger. So now we are going to, I guess they don't do this on men so much. They usually do it on lesbians, which if they were consistent, they would do it both ways, which is still fucked up. But like they specifically do it on women. Like lesbians get sexually assaulted by men to like quote unquote fix them. Like it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with like, oh, you are just a lesbian because you haven't had the right dick yet. Oh, you're just a lesbian because you've been hurt by men. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fucking gross.
It's like it's just like pushing the idea that women cannot be attracted to other women.
Yeah, or that they ought not to be. That it's a sin or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you looking up? I'm sorry.
And it's the John Peterson, go away and leave us alone, you virtue signaling, narcissistic, fear-mongering despiser of the peasantry, at Elmo.
Oh wait, that's
And
a
was
great
like,
clip.
Happy birthday, Slimy.
Can you link that? I need that as an audio clip.
No, it's a tweet.
Aw, I thought he
said
it.
Sadly it's a tweet. No.
And I'm sorry, but I'm above using like AI to generate him saying that.
No, there's no. It would be kind of funny. Like I wish, even when it comes to like I always look for the Asmongold quotes because like I love the everybody hates this bitch. I turn it into my gifted sub a lot. So anytime someone gifts a bunch of subs, it plays, oh, everybody hates this bitch.
That's how to do it.
I love that.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It's great.
Here,
I also, oh my god, I think it's so funny. When he like posted, when like this weird Yeet Twitter account posted this clip, I was like, I can't believe he called me a cat girl. I'm a fox. I had like someone in the Asmongold subreddit was like, oh, she thinks this is a joke or something, and they were like so mad. Oh yeah, wait, let me send this to you. It's so funny. He thinks this shit's a game. Seriously.
Asmongold responds to Nyara accusing him of leading a harassment campaign against. Oh, sorry, I thought he was misgendering you. Accusing him of leading a harassment campaign against her. Just stay away from the kids. Everybody hates this bitch. Create drama, and now you throw shit at somebody else. Think you can get a Twitter mob? I give it back to you. Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's the best way to
respond. Like people in the subreddit are just like so mad, being like, oh, their name contains something that a cat says in a cartoon. Is this person this uneducated?
Like,
oh, it's crazy.
What do you mean thinks this shit's a game? I think that you're pathetic and worth making fun of. Since listen, if there's shit on the floor, but it's like shaped like a dick, you know, like I'm gonna laugh at the fact that it's shaped like a dick, even if I want it off the floor. You know what I mean? So like, as much as I want you and your ilk gone, while you're here and being stupid, I'm going to laugh at you and make fun of you. That's how I see it.
My moderator turned it into a song. It's called "Everybody Hates This Bitch."
That's awesome.
I gotta.
Your moderator isn't Jazz Dog by any chance, is it?
No, fucking awesome.
What is her name?
Fucking awesome.
Fucking awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. Jazz Dog. Do you know Jazz Dog? Great community member.
I don't.
Wrote my theme song, called me the King of Crochet. So I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Let me.
Speaking of, I want to hop off in a sec because it's a beautiful day out and I want to get some sun. But
yeah. Almost 10.
Yeah. Are you into crochet projects at all?
I mean, I see the stuff that you make and it's kind of cool.
Thank you.
But I saw it. I was also like watching the stream where we're watching my YouTube video. Like, you're fine reacting to my stuff. Like, I don't mind it at all. Like, you helped me actually like a bunch by watching my stuff, my content. Like, I'm totally fine if you react to my videos.
Oh, great. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Just to end this off on a positive note, do you do any kind of artsy stuff or?
I do graphic design. I'm like a logo designer.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm currently working on my project, my website, transcendthelies.fyi. And I'm trying to like get the website set up. to basically like debunk these transphobic talking points in like a text form for basically normies. So it's not just like, oh, this is internet drama, you know?
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. Let me send you the song. It's kind of wild.
Okay, we'll listen to it.
And the reason Tons that got canned. She's behind that guy who never tips. And the chewing gum that ruin your kicks. The reason why on Twitch, cause they don't allow whips. Me era, everybody hates that bitch. She pulled a fire drill mid-pitch. She made your dog bark at 3 a.m. She's the reason you lost your OnlyFans.
I just
kind of a banger.
Oh, it's very good. The
lyrics are insane.
Do you care if I add that to my my queue?
I think you can add that, sure.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that.
It's like the lyrics are wild. I don't know. He kind of cooked with the lyrics. Let me send you the lyrics.
Okay.
Actually crazy.
She's the reason my toast hits the floor jelly side down. She's the reason every time she's on, you frown. She's the lag in my game when I'm just about to win. She's the reason why Uber Eats scanned me again. Every traffic jam, that's her fault too. Yeah. This is pretty good.
Yeah. It was a TwitchCon reference. We got scammed by Uber Eats.
Sorry, say that again. I was reading the lyrics.
It was a TwitchCon reference. When we were ordering food, we basically got scammed by Uber Eats. They got fixed again. It was just
oh my god. That's funny. All right, well, I'm gonna hop off. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we end our little discussion here?
I mean, I'm down to like do this again. Like,
okay.
I kind of wonder what like comes from everything. Like he said, it's not going to stop, but like he never really like engaged with me. I don't know if he's like, if he's just like, I don't know. He's just making me more popular. Maybe that's why he doesn't like he can't actually make me look bad. That's why he doesn't engage with it like this. I don't know.
I don't think he's thought that far ahead. I think that he's just lazy. And so, like, somebody linked him this, and he made comments on it and sent his goons after you, and then that's the end. Like he moves on to the next thing where, like, he... Like, I don't know that he's capable of giving it much thought because he's just not, like he's not interested in engaging with you. You know, he sees you as, like, beneath him, I guess.
A little bit of content, I guess.
Yeah, like, you're content to him.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting, considering what it has resulted in for you, which is a lot of people harassing you and leading to your, temporarily, your mental health declining and needing to take a break. It just sucks. He's a shitty person, and I don't think he really thinks about the consequences of his actions. So I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like he doesn't actually care. Like, no. Like 100%. It's just like, well, gotta fill 12 hours, 15 hours of stream with like something.
Exactly. It's just all content to him.
Yeah.
The Roach King. We didn't really get to talk about Elon and Trump, like I said in the title. So,
next time.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like interested in what's going to like come from that.
Oh, it's so juicy. It's so good. I can't wait to see what fallout occurs. Like, who knows what else Elon knows, and what he'll reveal in his ketamine-induced ramblings. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, like it just feels like he's just going to like take everything down. But then there are like a lot of people who are like, what if he's just playing like 60 chess and that's like all of the plan? They made like a deal. I was like, yeah, great plan. Like,
I've heard people saying that. That's insane. people would literally rather do anything than think that like either like Elon or Trump are bad people. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people who are like, oh, if you had actual proof, then you would like show it. Oh, this is just like you're just lying. But these are the same people who literally called me a groomer after like Asmongold scrolled through my tweets mentioning children, not looking at what I'm actually saying.
Yeah, he doesn't care what you're saying. He's just, like I said, it's a grift. I don't even know how much he believes the shit that he's saying. I
mean, I believe that like if these right wingers would like genuinely sit down, educate themselves, everybody hates this bitch. They would literally, it would go against their entire business model. They're going to like lose out on so much money if they would just educate themselves and be like, well, okay, actually what I've been pushing is wrong.
Real quick, you have a message. Alec, well, this one's for me. Alec can't go outside because his wife's boyfriend said so. The next one says, also the femboy groomer sounds weird.
Yeah, that's what puberty does to a trans woman.
Do you want me
That's what male puberty does.
Do you?
You gotta.
I'm gonna offer to have this guy on. Do you want to be a part of that? Like right now?
No.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right okay. Would you intercept me? We are intercepting you now. Hop on.
Wait, how does that work?
We'll just get him in a Discord call.
Okay.
Join my Discord. Hop on. We'll see what you think. Otherwise, you're banned. Your choice. You have exactly 2 minutes.
Oh, it's always so funny to me because like these are the people who literally like shame me for my voice. Like the people who shame me for my voice are the same ones who want to force trans girls to go through male puberty and then have the same struggles that I do. It's so funny that like the hypocrisy, it just it doesn't like they don't realize it. Or like they purposefully ignore it because like the cruelty is just the point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they just want to shit on people who are doing nothing wrong, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just like, you can't shit on my appearance because I'm a VTuber, so you can't see that.
Yeah, people shit on me for being bald, and it's really funny because I don't care. Like, I literally shaved my head bald on purpose, so. Which
yeah.
I'm balding too, I'm not going to hide that, but.
The thing is, like, these people attack you with things that they're insecure about because, like, most people who attack you for being bald are probably guys who are going to have male pattern baldness eventually. So,
nah, I don't feel like getting groomed by 2 tankies, Keck. Okay, bye. Have a terrible day.
He has a lovely voice. I mean, I don't necessarily like my voice, but like I'm just working on it. So, coward, exactly. I mean, these people don't want to like actually talk to someone. They just want to say shit and I don't know, feel powerful for being dicks.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny because you're like, dude, you're a pussy. Like, get on. Just let us hear your voice real quick. How about it? We'll see what you sound like. I'm sure you sound fine, right?
Actually, I love your voice. I mean, I'm cattle.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's important is that you
it's
like
a voice.
It, so, like,
I don't like it.
Well, I know, but when I listen back to my own voice, especially at first when I first started streaming, I think everybody gets this where it's like, oh, I hate how I sound. It's so bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a little bit different because it's like when I hear my voice, when other people hear my voice, when strangers hear my voice, I get misgendered. So it's just like makes it shittier about like my voice. It just feels awful. Like I feel more insecure about it.
Okay. I'm sorry, like if you prefer that like I not read out those chats anymore.
No, go ahead. I don't mind. I don't actually care. Like if gotcha. People in chat are like this, it's more about like when I call like my health insurance, for example, and I get hit with sir. That sucks.
Right.
When I call I don't know, my nail tech and I get hit with sir, that sucks, you know. But I don't care if people, you know, like if Asmongold's chat is like, oh dude, I hate this voice. Why are you making me listen to this voice? Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
I hate this so much. And it's like, I'm sorry that you can't goon over my voice. I'm sorry that I don't stretch this specific itch that you have.
Right.
You know?
It's ridiculous. Real quick, so I do want to hop off, but my brother / moderator Guitar Rocker 100 wants to hop in real quick and say something to you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Do we go into like your Discord then?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
do you need a link?
I think I'm in your Discord.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Otherwise I would have added you in the announcement. Okay, just hop in.
Just need to find it. Oh yeah.
Hop in the waiting room voice chat. If I can find it in my own server. There it is. And then I'll pull you into the stream chat, and then Guitar Rocker will join, and we'll do that real quick, and then I'm trying to get the sun before it goes away, so.
Okay, I'm joining.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, Guitar Rocker.
I just wanted to say real quick, that person that I think you were talking about, someone who donated money. Are you referring to me? Like you said, like earlier you said something about like a friend that donated money. Were you referring to me when you said that? Or you know what? Never mind.
Did I say that?
Oh, never mind. Don't worry about that.
I don't think.
Because that was me. I was the one that donated $15.
I appreciate that, but
yeah.
I don't recall saying that.
Okay. Well, never mind then. I just wanted to say that I hope that you're doing well, and you know, I just wanted to say that I'm happy that you're getting a lot of support, and I wish you the best of luck in making your website, and I hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's all I wanted to say. Yeah. I'll see you later.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
See ya. All right. With that being out of the way, thank you very much for joining us, Nyara. We will do this again.
Of course. Yeah.
And, you know, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great work. You have a lovely audience, I'm sure. And I don't know. I think you're just a lovely individual and a joy to talk to. So
I appreciate that. I mean, of course. You know, like I got a lot of love from your community as well. So good. Like I really appreciate it. There weren't that many creators who actually like spoke up for me, and I know that like even my my mutuals, my friends, found out about the entire situation because of your video, and reached out to me afterwards. Good. So I actually like appreciate that so much, and
I appreciate you telling me that, because that means that, you know, making the video mattered, and I like feeling like what I did mattered. So
yeah, I mean, it kind of popped off.
It did. I was surprised. I wasn't sure how well it would do, especially because I was coming back from such a long break. But I guess I should thank you, you know, for that in a way, right? In a weird way. So
yeah.
But yeah, you're a wonderful creator. You're a wonderful. You are a wonderful person, and I hope you have a very pleasant rest of your night.
I appreciate that. Go enjoy the sun. I don't want to keep you too long, but
you're fine.
I'd love to do that again. And
yeah, hit me up.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
You too.
Beautiful. We love you both. Thank you. I was going to ask that one person.
Power.
Thank you for subscribing. I was going to ask that one person who was here earlier, who I told to open a ticket, Pro GPT Primitivist. I was going to ask if you're still here so I can pull you on, but I mean, I don't feel like it right now. So if you wanna talk to me, make a ticket in the Discord server and we'll talk. You are here. Okay. Well, how do you feel? Do you want to talk about it right now? We can? Okay. I'll hear you out. What you gotta do, here, join my Discord server. You can find the link in the description. Join my Discord server and go to the waiting room. Just in case, I'll link it in the chat. Oh, it's expired? Thank you. I'll fix that real quick. It shouldn't have expired. I made it permanent. But whatever. I guess Discord's weird. Let me change that before I'm trying to get into the habit of doing things before I forget to do them. So give me just a second here. Because otherwise I will forget. Okay, it's updated. Join server, accept the rules, hop in. Waiting room. And while you're figuring that out, I'm going to take a brief break. I'll be right back. We're going to make this quick, though. We're speedrunning this combo. Okay, hold on. I would prefer we text rather than call. I'm pretty shy. Okay, well, if in that case then... In that case then... Just... DM me, and if you have, like, actual fair critique of things that I've said, then you can just DM me about it, and we'll try to hash it out there, I guess, okay? But if you don't want to hop on the call, then I'm ending stream. Who's live? Vosh is live. Little known creator Vosh. Okay, I'm just gonna host it on my website. If you're on YouTube, you can go to my site and see him there, or just go directly to his site. Thank you all very much for being here. I love you all. I thought about coming back later tonight. I'm not sure if I will or not yet, because Katie was saying that she wanted to do, she wanted to keep going with the One Piece arc tier list. So if I'm feeling it later, I will be back on tonight. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Sunday at 7 p.m. For a debate with this guy from Jubilee, I guess. So that'll be fun. And then on Tuesday, we got a collab to do with Necosaurus. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. All right. Thank you all very much for being here. Take care. If I don't see you again, have a great rest of your night. See you Sunday.